Salutations! Hello everyone, here we go again. More Fire Emblem, woo! I love Fire Emblem so much. Goddamn, I love Fire Emblem. When Engage comes out, I'm gonna be so hyped. Anyways, let's get on with it. We continue to chapter 17, which is a chapter I'm not looking for that much. This is a very long chapter, also. Wow, this is very loud. We decrease the audio a little bit. Yeah, this is way too loud. This is gonna be a big one, a big chapter. It drags on quite a lot, but after this chapter is over, we're gonna get some of my favorites though, in this game specifically. We're gonna enter the late game. Alright. Is that it? Wait, there's more. It seems that Prince Rayson was able to escape Duke Tenaz's villa and make his way safely to Sereness Forest. However, we have word that Tenaz's men have entered the forest in hopes of recapturing the prince. We've not a moment to waste. Please, O King of Hawks, reach out your mighty talons, strike down the wretched humans, and rescue Prince Rayson. I implore you, your majesty, take wing at once. Why is Naysala not here? His Highness must not be seen here at this time. What's going on, you old buzzard? King Kilvas is the White Prince's friend, isn't he? Well, how will I put this? It's all very complicated. I care not for excuses. If anything happens to Rayson, blood will be spilled. Oh no, please, there's no cause for worry. Duke Tenaz treats his works of art with a delicacy so extreme that it could be best called abnormal. He would never let any harm befall Prince Rayson. He probably can't even bring himself to touch him. The king himself told me so. That is the only reason he accepted this proposal. Proposal? What I mean is, Hold it! You crow set the prince up? Set up? Set up? Oh, no, well, not exactly, please don't hurt me. So that's the truth of it, hey? Naysala treated Rayson like a piece of merchandise and sold him to a human. No, that's not. The only one who referred to him as merchandise was Duke Tenaz. We never. It doesn't matter. Claiming ignorance does not grant you innocence. You treated Rayson like a trinket in a public market. Oh dear. If Rayson hadn't escaped on his own, perhaps the Crow King would have rescued him when things cooled down. Regardless, Rayson trusted in his friend and followed him into the trap, and Naysala spit on that friendship. That I cannot forgive. Your assessment of this old bird is correct. I am a worm, nothing more. But please, I beg of you, temper your outrage, let it cool. You're unbelievable. What is it with you crows anyway? Everything you do is so dirty and deceptive. We will never understand your ways. You hear me, Grey Wings? I hear you well, young hawk, but our nation has its own issues. Okay, interesting to know that that certain plot thread is present even here. Please, this is not the time to yell at a tired old man. You must hurry to Prince Rayson's side. Greetings, hello almighty. Hello. Once he is safe, you can punish me in any way that you see fit. Tear me limb from limb if you wish. But please, go to Prince Rayson, I beg of you. This begging is unseemly and unwanted. We would rescue Rayson regardless of this pathetic show of tears. Return to Kilvas and report these events to your accursed king. Tell him that when this is over, King Tevarn of Phoenicis will be paying him a visit. Yes, your highness. I know he deserves it, but I still feel bad for the badgering old coots. Your Majesty, what will we do now? Rayson became Oliver's girlfriend. No, we rescued him now. He's been rescued. But let's just say that Oliver is still out there in the wild, and Rayson is now gone as well. Okay, use your ears to pick out the sound of Rayson's wings. Then tell me the direction from which it comes. At once. Enough, use your eyes to peer between the trees and find me a road. You got it. Human scum. If you think to replay that night from 20 years ago, you get no quarter from me. Alright. Back in the capital of racism. Maybe they already made out and ran away in the wild together. Is that you, Soren? You're up early. Actually, I'm always awake at this time. Really? Yes, you're the one who's up earlier than normal. I want to finish our mission today. I think my nervous energy woke me up. I understand. The last 2 days spent searching Serenes Forest for that heron have been frustrating and fruitless. I'm sure he's in there somewhere, but... I agree. And Duke Tanaz's men are still hunting away. They must think the heron is there as well. The only place left is the forest heart. That's where we should go today. With luck, we may finally locate our target. I get the feeling it's going to be a long day. Oh yeah, you can say that again. This is probably the longest chapter in the game, because it's actually 4 chapters in one. It's very big. Very, very big. We just need to get through this chapter and we're gonna be into the fun part of the game. At least it's my favorite part of the game. Anyways, battle preparations, here we go. Commander Ike, a priest from Duke Tanaz's villa insists on speaking with you. Yes, what is it? Master Mercenary, it is my understanding that you pursue Duke Tanaz. I hear that you're searching Serenes Forest in hopes of capturing him. And if I am? Duke Tanaz's property borders the forest, and he knows much about its layout. For quite some time now, he's been sending men into the forest to look for any herons who may still live there. I see. So you're saying that his troops know the forest well. I too have been taken into the forest. You? Why take a priest? He thought that herons would make themselves known if a priest called to them. He's also taken dozens of caste maidens and tried having them called to the herons as well. But he didn't find any, did he? No, and yet, this time, the joy that he expressed after paying such an exorbitant price for the Serenes Royal was aberrant. It was not normal. The Duke has gone mad. To think that he would dare to defy the Apostle, he is damned. And here you stand. You're going to tell me what you remember about the forest, even though it means you're betraying Tanaz, right? You read me well. To begin with, the heart of the forest was divided into 3 large sections, maybe more. It's actually 4. It was nearly colorless and difficult to see far. The muddy floor pulled at our feet, and progress was slow. Many of the soldiers around me were afraid that they didn't bring enough supplies. They said a person would need them if he got lost, because getting out again would be no easy task. What can you tell me about Duke Tanaz's forces? There were a lot of them. He had soldiers of every type. It was said that his mounted units and magic users were especially powerful. So at the very least, you should be prepared to deal with those 2 groups. This is true. Actually, in past playthroughs that I've done, I have lost units to their mounted units, so it's true. When they appear behind you, and then they kill your weaker units. Thank you. My parents, they both participated in the Serenes massacre. They're nearing the ends of their lives, but even now they lie awake at night and beg the goddess for forgiveness. I became a priest in order to help my parents, but then I was assigned to work at Duke Tanaz's villa. I knew of his terrible deeds, but his position as an imperial senator frightened me. I have been silent for far too long. Master Mercenary, you must rescue the Serenes youth. I beg of you, may the goddess guide your hand. Don't worry, I have no intention of letting that villain steal him from my very eyes. Alright, a Jill conversation, this is gonna be good. Here we go. We love Jill. Here you are. We've been in Benyon for a while now, so tell me something. Why are you still here? Are you pretending to be our friend so you can lance us in the back? You have to understand. I didn't know anything. I was born and raised in the Talrega region of Dane. It's a very remote area. My father was a soldier, and I grew up thinking that I, too, would one day be a soldier. A soldier to make my father proud. My life was simple. I questioned nothing, doubted nothing. Do you know the first thing we're taught in Dane schools? Subhumans are evil. Subhumans are the enemy. Subhumans must be eradicated. The army stages periodic subhuman hunts. We'd find refugees from Benyon hiding in our mountains and forests. You participated? You don't get it. That's just how things are in Dane. No one taught me the word Lagoose. No one taught me that subhumans could be like this. No one cared. When I saw the bird tribes at sea, I was convinced that the teachings were true. They were inhuman monsters. But later, I saw the dragons push your ship off the reef, and it confused me. What if I had been raised to believe a lie? My heart pounded at the thought of it, and my doubts only grew with time. So you decide to remain aboard in order to ascertain the truth. That's your true motive, isn't it? How did you know? I have known a lot of soldiers, and none would ever accept charity from an enemy. It would wound their pride. You obviously have pride to spare, so I knew there was some other factor at play. Oh. Well, have you reached a conclusion? What will you do? I want to stay here. At first, I thought I could protect my old life, that I could prove the subhumans were monsters. But I was wrong, and now things are different. I'm sorry. The Lagoose. I want to know the truth about them. I need to base that on what I see, not what I'm told by others. In that case, you can stay as long as you like. I appreciate it. I think meeting all of you was a very good thing. And this is why we like Jill. She's a great character. Look at her. She's learning. Man, this is so beautiful to see. Again, Jill was super racist, but she wasn't taught any better. She didn't know. That's simply how she was taught. That's simply how things are in Dane. But now, she gets to see for herself how things really are. And she now gets to think for herself. Have actual critical thinking. This is beautiful. Truly beautiful. Because she was here with us. She was here when the dragons helped us, off the reef. She was here when we saw the Lagoose slave trade. She was here when we saw, those slaves being persecuted for being bandits, but they were not actually bandits, right? She was here with us. She got to see all those Benyon atrocities herself. And that's very important. It's very important to see things for yourself. This is beautiful. I love Jill. Jill is just great. Anyways, Devdon time. La la la, la la la. La la, la. La-di-da, la-di-da. Hey there, you. Have a minute? Oh, Captain, how are you today? It's Commander, not Captain. Well, you seem to be enjoying yourself. That's because this garden is so pretty. Devdan loves all plants and flowers. How about you, Commander? They're alright, I suppose. That makes Devdan rather sad. Alright is not a very strong feeling. It is boring. You should be a more emotional commander. Even things you're used to will show you something new if you look hard enough, and discoveries are exciting. That's what life is all about. At least that's what Devdan thinks. Some disagree, and that makes Devdan upset. You may be onto something. In Crimea, when my father was still alive, I think I was more open to such things, but now I just don't have the time. Honestly, all I can think about is defeating Dane. I have no energy left to spend on flowers. If you talk like that, you will never defeat Dane. What did you say? The war is new. If you are already so focused on preparations, you'll wear out before the fighting begins. Hold on a minute. They've done never change. Let's see. Any supports we have? Oh, we got another Leth and Jill support. Let's go! Woo! My favorite support chain. Leth? Oh, look what the cat's dragged in. It's you again. Jill. My name is Jill. Fine, Jill. What brings you here today? More stupid questions? I've been thinking about things, and I haven't been able to figure out. See, in Dane, we were taught that you attack humans indiscriminately and without mercy. That you are just savage animals. I always think about people who talk about themselves in the third place and are kind of fucked up. Almighty One is confused every time when they do that, and it makes Almighty One sad. Yes. Lagoos attacking humans? Ugh, what garbage! We dislike even the company of humans, and we want nothing to do with them. Even mauling you would be unpleasant. But in Dane, everyone believes that's to be the truth. That's why I never questioned it. But when I saw you fight beside Ike and other humans on the South Sea, I knew that something was wrong. You were so different from what I imagined. Ever since I was young, they filled my head with tales of your horrible claws and teeth. That's what they call propaganda, Jill, yep. That's why education is so powerful. Both for good and for bad. But you stand on two legs, and you talk. You even make jokes. Sometimes, you're much closer to us than a beast. So glad to hear it. I wonder why humans and subhumans started fighting in the first place. Maybe we're just destined for war. Well, I don't know much about that. It's not for me to say if the goddess made us a certain way, or if we're just two races that don't like each other very much. But I know that Gallia, Phoenices, and Kilvas all have a reason to hate humans. What reason? Are you serious? I take it humans aren't interested in passing history down to their children. Typical. Alright. Centuries ago, when Benyon was still a monarchy, the only countries were Benyon and Goldoa. Goldoa was as it is today, a reclusive nation inhabited only by dragon tribes. All the other Lagoos lived in Benyon with the humans. Humans and subhumans used to live together in Benyon? I had no idea. A human was named as the first king, although the Lagoo's superior strength led us to rule more often than not. Despite the harmony that most felt about this arrangement, the senators wanted nothing to do with it. In the name of the Apostle, they claimed that only a human could be the true ruler of Benyon, and started a civil war. Like blind mewling kittens, the Lagoos kings underestimated the situation. We never had a chance. Caught by surprise, my brother suffered defeat after defeat in the face of superior human weapons and magic. That was at the start of a long dark days. The start of Lagoos slavery. After nearly 200 years, a small number of enslaved Lagoos managed to escape their human captors in Benyon. The beast tribes fled to the mountains and unexplored forest areas, places where humans were loath to tread. The bird tribes, on the other hand, escaped to the distant southern islands. This is how our Lagoos kingdoms began. It took another 80 years and the blood of many brother Lagoos until we were formally recognized as nations. This is why we fight, why we hate. Humans don't want former slaves to have countries and be treated as equals. Lagoos carry the shame of the past deep in their hearts, and the struggle still for the freedom that you take for granted. This is the true history of Tellius. No wonder humans would bury it. I don't know what to say? Idiots! Think! Think, Jill, think! Think about what I have said. Think about what you have seen with your eyes and heard with your ears. If you don't even have the guts to do that, never show yourself in my presence again. Alright. It's a very heated a very heated support conversation. But it's very good. It's very important for the world building of Tellius in general. That's why this is one of the best support chains in my opinion. It's so good. Also, hello, Summer. Hydration check. But yeah, it's a very good support. We see two different people that are a little bit similar in their racism, get to know a little bit each other. In this case, it's more Jill that's learning more. But Leth herself is also, you know, learning more with her journey. She already considers, like, Ike her friend, for example. Anyways, let's see. Any other supports? Again, I can only choose 5 conversations, because there's a limited amount you can do in this game. So that's why I'm being very selective with the conversations that I pick. Anyways, I'm not gonna give anyone skills just yet. I have bonus XP to give. I suppose I could give bonus XP to... who? Astrid? Alright, here we go. There was an explosion outside of my house? Wait, really? Hope you're okay. Alright. Astrid will get the bonus XP. Actually, it's not like she needs much of it. She probably already doubles enemies. Yeah, just one more level and it's enough. I'm giving way too much preference to Astrid. You need more strength, lady. Anyways. She has a lot of speed at least. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna give bonus XP to Kieran as well. See if he gets some more speed. What about Oscar? Oscar needs speed. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. Alright, let's see. Oscar. There we go. Because the Night Word will give you a 20% extra speed growth. And Oscar would really like the speed, honestly. She's almost promoting to Paladin. Just one more level and he promotes to Paladin. Yeah, there we go. He got speed. Alright, I'm gonna give the Night Word to Kieran now. Reason being, Oscar is gonna promote to Paladin the next level. So he's not gonna get actual level up stats from that. He's gonna get promotion stats. And those are fixed. So I'm gonna give this to Kieran, who still needs like 4 levels to promote. Astrid is almost promoting herself, and because she capped speed, she's not gonna need that anymore. So yeah, that is it. Let me just take care of the inventories now. Inventory management. We're not gonna need keys. Oh, I have boots, right. Oh, and I also have the full guard. So basically Jill is gonna become invincible from now on, guys. Actually invincible. Also, I have vulneraries for Stefan. We're gonna use Stefan in this chapter. I don't know if you're gonna use him from the beginning, but we are gonna use him in the chapter itself. So I should probably give him some swords. Yeah, here's an iron blade, here's an iron sword. The Veikati is super overkill. Alright, so Jill has a Laguz guard, but I'm actually gonna remove the Laguz guard from her and I'm gonna give her the full guard. Because the full guard means that from now on, she no longer takes extra damage from arrows and wind magic. Meaning that I can just send her into danger with reckless abandon and she's gonna crush everything without weaknesses. So instead I'll give the Laguz guard to someone else. Who should get the Laguz guard? You know what? You're gonna get the racist guard now, Marsha. There we go. I also need to make sure I have enough weapons because this chapter is filled. Yeah, long swords. We have Elwind here. We have Physic Staff. Left as that. Ooh, you need axes. Axes. The pole axe would be good because there's gonna be mounted units, a lot of them. I think that's it. Marsha, the Gaebog is almost breaking. Maybe I should give her another vulnerary. Oh, I don't. And I don't want to buy one, so no, I'll keep things as they are. Let's see. Kieran. I think I'm gonna save the boots for another character in the future. We're gonna get a dancer, well, actually a singer, a Heron. Well, actually that's spoilers. But it's gonna be in the next chapter anyways. But I want to give him the boots, because it benefits them a lot. The Draco Shield and the Ashera Icon. Honestly, I don't think Jill needs more. I don't think Jill needs any more stat booster. She's already so strong. He's doing fine. He's doing fine too. Well, actually, he'd probably enjoy a better lance, because the Meliar is almost over. Yeah, I'm gonna give him the spear. And I'm gonna remove... No. Nah, it's actually totally fine. I'm sure of it. We don't need a Laguz lance. There's not gonna be any Laguz. Huh. She's gonna need a lot of weapons because I'm gonna do a lot of fighting with her. I think I'm gonna give her some luck. So that she doesn't get crits ever. There we go. Let's see. You already have weapons. She has a Laguz bow, but it's not like I have anything better, right? No, I don't. I guess I can give a physics staff to Briss. Those are always useful. Because it allows you to heal at a distance. And now I have 2 healers with it. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna give the Draco Shield to someone. Who is it gonna be? Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Marsha, because I like to use Marsha a lot too. And having flying units that are tanky and can go in and out is nice. There we go, 14 defense, that's pretty nice. Alright, let's start the chapter now. I should probably forge something. The Meliar is about to break, so I may as well forge something new. Yes, I'll do exactly that. I'll forge another one for Jill, and I'll give the Gungnir to Oscar. Alright. What am I gonna call this weapon? Yes, we always need to name weapons. Naming weapons is fun. Let's see, what kind of a legendary weapon am I gonna name? Oh, I know. Let's name it after Hector's spear from the Trojan War. It's called Durindana. There we go, it's named after Hector's spear from the Trojan War. I'll make it blue, I like blue. There we go, and now I'm gonna give the Gungnir to Oscar and replace the Iron Lance. There we go. Now we're truly ready. And so begins Daybreaks, the longest chapter in this game. This is going to be a slog, but once we're done with this chapter, the game is going to be so much fun, even more fun. I believe this is the place where we ended our search yesterday. I realized something a couple days ago. Even in this forest, you always know exactly where you are, don't you? How do you do that? I think it's the lack of color, but these woods are starting to look the same to me. Yes, that's a problem. Ike, we're approaching a large clearing. I think we should have the Apostle and some of the others wait here. Wait there. Good idea. Even if you find the Heron today, there's no need for them to tramp through the forest with us. We're going to head deeper into the forest and continue the search. Please wait here. If we find the Heron, we'll send for you immediately. I understand. My lord Ike, everyone, please be careful. We're counting on you. Sigrun, Tanith, may I entrust the princess to your care? Of course. You've no need to worry. We'll protect her with our lives. Very well. Until later. Here we go. Day breaks. Damn, imagine if this chapter actually had Fog of War. It would be such a pain. But no, it does not have Fog of War. It just looks like it. Alright. Grail mercenaries, move out! Oh boy. We've got company! Oliver is here as well.
Gah! Haven't you fools found my precious little bird yet? I've no doubt the poor thing is even now quivering with loneliness and cold.
Duke Tanas, I've just received word that the mercenaries who invaded your villa are in this forest.
A blast! Those wretches! They're here to steal my birds! Their souls are black with greed and jealousy! I have found beauty incarnate, and I will not relinquish it. Only I, Duke Tanas, can appreciate its worth.
I'm sure that's true, Your Grace. But what about the mercenaries? What should we do about them?
Hunt them down like dogs! Let none leave this forest alive! They will not rob me of my prize!
But, Your Grace, they serve at the pleasure of the Apostle herself. Striking them would be...
Leave the Apostle to me. I can deal with her once this is finished.
Oh, what? Why Oliver Model have hair? Well, just a little bit. Actually, he has a ponytail. You can't see it. But he does have a ponytail.
All I need from you is silence and obedience. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Grace, I beg your pardon. Yeah, I would not like to have that guy as my boss. There they are! Do as Duke Oliver commanded! Slay them where they stand! Let none leave the forest alive! Not man, woman, or child! Oh boy, what is this, Drakengard? Child murder? Oh, not the Duke's soldiers again. I think it's about time we put an end to these fools. Listen up, everyone. Let's end this here. Alright, so the gimmick of this chapter is that the chapter is divided into 4 parts. However, you can only use a few units at first, but with each part they will allow you to bring two extra units. So, even though there are units that we can leave we don't choose right now, they will be able to come later. For example, I'm gonna bring Stefan next. And Murim. Though not everyone is gonna be trained, so maybe... I'm gonna bring these characters first things first. Alright, let me just see if there's anything dangerous in the map. This guy's a Killer Lance, which is droppable, nice. He's gonna be dangerous because he has 30% crit. Yep, there we go. A Javelin... A Venin Edge. Venin weapons are super weak anyway, so... The poison is annoying, but they're weak. A Lagoose Bow. So need to be careful. Let's make sure Leth doesn't fight this guy. Doesn't get hit by that guy. An Antitoxin, which drops... a Longsword. And that's it. So careful with Cavalry. Alright. I have so many high movement units. Goddamn. I think my bias is starting to show. Alright, Oscar and Kieran go one way. And I want my flyers to go the other way. Yes. Literally, more than half of my units are mounted or flying units. You know what they say. Air warfare changed war forever. I claim air superiority. Anyways, there's an archer there, but now that Jill has the full guard, she no longer cares about archers. So we can just rip and tear. Kill them, Jill.
kill them.
There's probably going to be many of my characters that I'm going to promote in this chapter, but I still need to be careful because in the past I have lost units in this chapter, especially in the last part. Also, in this chapter you can actually see all of them, all the other parts. So this is part 1 of this chapter. It's this area. After this, we're going to go into this area. Part 2 is going to be here in this section. Then part 3 is going to be over here. And then finally, part 4 is over here. And this is the hardest one, the most dangerous one. Because there's like promoted enemies that will appear from here, like paladins and cavalry units that appear from behind you. And if you're not prepared for that, they could take you by surprise. They're not ambush spawns, and basically if you don't know what ambush spawns is that in some Fire Emblem games, enemy reinforcements move the same turn that they appear, and that's really annoying. In this game there's no ambush spawns, but it can still caught you off guard if you're not ready, because they have high movement. But yeah, that's why this chapter is so big, because the chapter is divided into all those sections. Alright. Now let's send Oscar and Kieran forwards, because they have a support now, so they should be more dodgy than they used to. Ever thought of playing XCOM? I've heard of the game. It's also like a turn-based game, right? I don't know much about it though. So I'd have to take a look. I am planning on playing another turn-based game after another turn-based tactical game after Fire Emblem. Not this game, the next Fire Emblem, because I want to play Radiant Dawn after this one. But after I'm done with Radiant Dawn, I really want to play Valkyria Chronicles, because man, I love Valkyria Chronicles so much. I've only played the first Valkyria Chronicles, but I'd like to play them all the games, because I like the first one so much. It's basically Fire Emblem, but with guns. What about Yakuza Kiwami? Don't worry, Yakuza Kiwami will be its own separate thing. Basically, I'll be playing both Yakuza with whatever other game I'm playing. That's the plan so far. But I will say I've been procrastinating when it comes to finishing the sub-stories in Yakuza 0. I'm very close to finish, but I'm procrastinating a lot. I am a master procrastinator. I mean, it took me so long just to finish the Code of Conduct. But at least now it's done. When is the next Whole Live member video? Oh, the next Whole Live member video, it's not coming out in a long time. Because the next beginner's guide the next beginner's guide that I'm planning on making is not going to be Whole Life. It's going to be Nijisanji again. Because I've been really enjoying it. Nijisanji. I mean, I like Nijisanji just as much as I do Hololive. I like them equally. But as I've been feeling this urge to do just one more Nijisanji member before going back to another Hololive member. Ooh, nice level up. So I'd say that the next Hololive member is not... I'm not gonna make a video on Hololive, probably until December. Maybe. And the reason being is that I am also working on another video alongside it. Though that video is not a beginner's guide. It's a different type of video that I'm making. And it's gonna be... It's gonna be a long video. I don't know how long it will be. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if it ended up being an hour-long video. It's just something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And I've been feeling very inspired to do it. And it's gonna be on a Hololive member. It's gonna be a fun one. Also, let me give you guys a hint. Have you guys ever noticed that Pecora and Dr. Eggman have a lot in common? I won't say any more. That's enough. But yeah, don't expect that video to come out anytime soon, though. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if the video came out only next year, because it's a big one, and I'm not really used to working in projects this big. But yes, it is about Pecora. I've been very, very inspired to talk about something in particular about her. But man, Pecora and Dr. Eggman do have a lot of similarities, just saying. You know, both are geniuses, both are villains, both use technology to do their villainous deeds. Both have their own domains named after them, like, you know, Pecoland, Eggmanland. They have a lot in common. Both are war criminals. Yep. The same way that Eggman enslaved, you know, small animals inside his robots, Pecora has like slave labor of villagers, and also of she used chickens as sacrifices for to get wither roses. They have a lot of similarities, as you can see. But no, the video is not about the similarities between the two of them. It's just a fun thing that I've realized, you know, making the video. The video is about something else. Oh boy, reinforcements. Let's see, can Astrid double these guys? She has capped speed. She can't. What a shame. Oh, she can double this one. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with Zephyr. There we go. Pecora or Dr. Eggman, I don't know. They would have to make a crossover game for that. There's no way to know for sure. I've been thinking, if Pecora is Dr. Eggman, then who is Sonic? I'm actually thinking about it, it makes sense who is Sonic. I mean, obviously, it would have to be Pecora's greatest arch nemesis, but unfortunately, since the Peko Miko Wars are long gone, only Korone can be Sonic, because, well, Korone literally has a Sonic outfit. So it makes a lot of sense, and keeping in mind the way Korone tends to be, I think she acts as a very good foil for Pecora, actually. Come on, Sega, make it happen. Make it happen, Sega, please. Ooh, this could be trouble. I wanna see a Hololive Sonic crossover. I wanna see a game where Usada Pecora teams up with Dr. Eggman, and Korone has to team up with Sonic to defeat them. Dude, that would be so cool. Whoa, Korone, you're so past cool! That would be so good. Chloe, I wouldn't say Chloe is a video game hero at all. Especially keeping in mind her lore, you'd say that she's more like a hitman. Laplas teaming up with Shadow. Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, I love that so much. Yes, that's so good. I mean, hell, bring in Toa as well. Toa wants to be edgy like Shadow, but she can't. Oh no. Why do I want to make a fanfiction? A fanfiction crossover of Sonic and Whole Life? Oh no, I want to do that. I want to do that now. Shit. You know what? Maybe for jokes, guys, I might just write a short story about it. I'm gonna write a Sonic Whole Life fanfiction crossover. Just for the fun of it. Oh no, I feel so guilty about it already, and I haven't done it yet. I feel guilty just thinking about it. Oh no. Sonic fanfictions. That sounds like fun. And then I would read it on stream. Oh, that sounds like fun. And Marin teaming up with Rouge the Bat. Yes. Oh boy. That's so good. I need to make it happen. For sure. That sounds like a fun stream idea. Alright. Alright, this chapter is easy. The first thirds are easy. Very, very easy. There we go. Ooh, you know, it's weird. It's actually weird for Korone to team up with Sonic, because I feel like Korone, since she's a kickboxer, she would also pair up very well with Knuckles, because you know, Knuckles punches, and so does Korone. But the Sonic crossover has already been made, so it's too late for that now. Is there any other punchy Whole Life member? Is there any Himbo Whole Life member? Oh, you know what? Knuckles and Axel Sirius would be a good pair up, I feel. I don't know. She is holding a Knuckles toy in Sonic costume already, though. Fair enough. Oh, and obviously Okayo and Big the Cat, obviously. Because Big the Cat has the same, you know, chill vibe as Okayo. For different reasons, but it's there. Oh, nice. Crossover with Mario. Well, I mean, yeah, Pecora would pretty much team up with any villain. Because that's what makes Pecora Pecora, is the fact that she's a villain. Same thing, put her in Mega Man, and she teams up with Dr. Wally. Come on, Nintendo, put her in Smash. Pecora for Smash, just do it. Alright. I would love to see that. I mean, someone should just make a fan game, a fighting fan game like that. Make this Durindana! Jill should be completely fine. Alright. Oh, damn, there's a lot more. Also, doesn't Magni Desmond also love Sonic a lot? He's been playing a lot of Sonic games as of late. He played Sonic Heroes. Damn, Sonic Heroes. It's my childhood. Which video, which channel? And I've watched so many Sonic videos that I tend to confuse them a lot. Because I love the Sonic memes so much. Sonic was my childhood. I played games like Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Heroes. I have Sonic Generations on Steam as well, actually. A friend of mine, an old friend of mine, bought it to me. I've never played it though, but I'd like to play Sonic Generations. You know what? Maybe I'll play it like this Saturday. Yeah, like I want to stream this Saturday, but I don't want to stream Fire Emblem again because I think I'm streaming Fire Emblem too much in a row, and I like variety. So maybe I could stream Sonic Generations. Since I've never actually played that game. I know I'm gonna enjoy it, because I've seen a playthrough of it. It is like a mixture of 2D and 3D Sonic. And using past levels. I've recognized some levels even from Unleashed and from Heroes. Any reinforcements from here? No. Sometimes this game likes to throw like sneaky reinforcements. Alright, nobody needs heals. The only ones that need heals are here, but they'll be fine. Oh, trying to fight Jill. Eh? At this point, I think Jill might be stronger than Titania. Yeah, well, if she's not, she will be post-promotion, because the promotion gains will be really nice. What species of rabbit is Pekora? She's a moon rabbit, I think. In Japanese culture, you have like legends that there's like rabbits living on the moon. I think Pekora is exactly like that. I think Pekoland is supposed to be in the moon because I remember the first clip I've ever watched of Pekora was Miko trying to help her go back to her home in the moon. In Minecraft. Anyways. Curses! They just keep coming! How many soldiers does he have? There's no telling. He is a bishop and a senator, and he holds peerage, and that means he could command many men. Commander, what do you think about calling in reinforcements? That's not a bad idea. And while we wait, we could take a breather and reorganize our attack strategy. Let's do it. Alright. That's part 1 done. Now, Chapter 17, Part 2. Here we go. Oh-ho. A Lunarian. Yeah, I guess in Toho lingo, she would be a Lunarian. Moon Rabbit. Well, actually, yeah, she would be a Lunarian for sure. Though, honestly, she's been so long. If we were by Toho lore, she spent so much time in Earth that at this point she's no longer a Moon Rabbit and she's an Earth Rabbit. What was that sound? I heard something too. It came from the northeast. It's unlike anything I've ever heard. To the northeast? Aha! There are ruins over there. Perhaps the White Prince found them to be a good hiding place. Let's check it out. Maybe we can find him and escape while the humans fight amongst themselves. What are those humans thinking? Why would they be trying to lop each other's headers off? Shall I make an inquiry? Leave them be. They're nothing but trouble. I second that. Now, if we want to avoid a human skirmish, we should head that way. Through these trees. Let's go. Yes, sir. A crossover with Hololive? With Toho? Technically, we have one. It's a music album that Marin worked with Beat Mario. It's called... I forgot the name of the... I forgot the name of the album, but I referenced that album in my beginner's guide to Hosho Marin. Marin sings in every single song, but there's like other Holo members that sing in other songs, and supposedly the other Holo members are role-playing as like Toho characters. For example, I think Pekora is supposed to be Tei, either Tei or Reisen, I forgot which one. Alright, let's figure out where to go next. I think Fubuki is Marisa, for example. Brother! What is it, Mist? Just now, did you hear a sound? I hear a sound. Wait, first video with Pekora was when she and Miko were sitting and Marin chanting kiss kiss kiss. Yeah, I never actually watched that one. Huh. Wow, a Pekora clip that I never watched. Huh? No, nothing special. Really? I guess it was just me then. That sound you heard, was it high pitched like the chiming of a bell? Ah, yes, it was. That's it exactly. I didn't hear a thing. It created only a slight disturbance in the air. It could only be heard by those possessed of extraordinary hearing. So, your sister's hearing is on par with that of the Lagoose. Wow, did you hear that? Neat. Don't let it go to your head. A sound that Björk can't hear. That's interesting. It is said that those of the Heron clan are all practitioners of Sade magic. Perhaps this sound is related to that. Sade magic? What's that? It involves arcane songs known as Galdrar. The effects of the Galdrar on the listener depend on the lyrics and melody, so it's like Artunelico. For example, a Galdrar can restore lost strength and vitality to those who hear it. And if the singer of the royal blood, if the singer is of royal blood, the Galdrar may be powerful enough to move its listener to extraordinary feats. I've even heard tales of the Galdrar that could give one the speed to do work of 2 men. The Galdrar grant many powers, and this is an actual game mechanic, by the way. Holotori is Holobirds. It's the group comprised of Kiara, Louis, Subaru, Mume. Yeah, all of them are Holobirds. Holotori. Tori means bird in Japanese. Wow, that sounds incredible. Doesn't it, Ike? Yeah, but I think with all that power, they were still wiped out by the bear. I mean, they can't fight. Right. Herons are highly attuned to the forces of balance. Even if they had the means to resist, I doubt they would have used them. And Reine, right, Reine. Leave us. The only reptile in whole life is Coco, I think. We leave as soon as our reinforcements arrive. Juktanaz must not succeed. Let's rescue the heron while there's still time. For some reason I read that let's rescue the heroine. Alright. We should head towards the ruins in the northeast. I sensed something odd there. Got it. Thanks for the information. It is nothing. It is only natural to aid one's companions. Look at Leth character development. Woo! Leth considers them companions now. I couldn't agree more. It's beautiful to see. Leth is being less racist now. She's overcoming racism. Both Leth and Jill. It's nice. Cursed humans! How dare they defile this forest again? I will brook their savagery no more. No, Crony is not a snake. She has a companion who's a snake, but she's not a snake herself. The forest whispered earlier, but I must drive these wretches out before I can speak to it further. I will go to the altar. I will give voice to the forbidden magic and destroy the humans utterly. Someone is angry. I think someone needs a Snickers. Anyways, let's bring Riz. And I guess we'll bring Stefan. And I cannot reposition. Time to fight. There they are! They're Crimean mercenaries! Surround them! They must all die! Alright. Listen, everyone. We must make our way to the ruins in the northeast. Fight if you must, but keep up. Ike, what about the reinforcements? They'll have to catch up. We can't wait any longer. Understood. Woo! Here we go. Fight! Fight! Kill them all. Do not leave any survivors. Bleed them dry. This is swamp, so mounted units cannot go through there because of the swamp. So my mounted units are gonna go the other way. Let's equip a poleaxe. Yeah. Because Kayla does not accept being a penguin. It's opposite from Subaru, who embraced being a duck. That is the difference between Kayla and Subaru. They need to be on it to make effect. You know what they say? Consent matters, guys. Alright. Actually, Soren goes with Ike. They have a support. They should be, like, very dodgy together. I think so. Everyone that's on a horse goes the other way, because you cannot cross the swamp. Dude, Iago is best girl, for sure. Alright. Do this! Go left! Alright. Oh, Soren, you're supposed to dodge. Oh wow, he doubles actually. Good, it's actually good that he didn't kill. Because that would be dangerous. That would be the death of Soren. Soren was supposed to dodge though. He has a B support with Ike. That gives him so much evasion. I guess it's not enough. I need that A support. Well, I guess before I get the promotion. It's gonna be tough. Oh, there's a promoted paladin over there. Soren, always lost in your books. What did I say about watching your back? There we go, he's alright now. False alarm. Actually, he could have killed him if he had procced Adept, because Adept would allow him to attack again. And that means the other enemy would have been able to kill Soren. Die! Nice. Anyways, Ike is gonna promote after this chapter. It's a forced promotion. Oh, goddammit, Soren. Alright. Ooh. Marcia will promote as well in this chapter, probably. Nice. I want my flying units to be very strong, because I use flying units a lot. Flying units are always my favorite classes in Fire Emblem. Draco Knights or Wyvern Riders are always my favorite as well. Actually, there's a Fire Emblem quiz, personality quiz, and I got Draco Knight in there as well. So Ike will move in Luxium. Ike is already part of Luxium. This is just what Ike does when he's not doing VTubing activities, you know. He's a mercenary. He's fighting racism. Like this. There we go. Actually, I'm afraid some of them might have a poleaxe. Oh, wait. There we go. Aha! I knew it. I knew it. There's a poleaxe there, but it's fine. It's far away. Let's go, Oscar. Promote to Paladin soon. You're almost there. You know, I do feel bad for Anna though, because I believe her when she says that she didn't know. I really do. Oh well. To be fair, I think it's gonna be the sort of thing that's gonna be kind of forgotten. Because, you know, there's no actual maliciousness in it. Let's see, there we go. Alright. Koi! Kakate koi! Though to be fair, since Anna would be compared to a heron in this game, it's kind of funny that Rayson has a lot of hatred towards humans. Towards the Beork. Alright, almost leveling up there. Nice. There we go. Whew. I don't know much about prehistoric creatures. I've always been more of the human history nerd rather than animals. Well, I do like some animals. I tend to research animals that I enjoy specifically. I love jellyfish, for example. They're like my favorite sea creature. Oh dear, is anyone injured? Let me attend to them. Now then, first things first. Anyone who gets too close gets cut. Like, I love the sea. The sea is fascinating for me. And sea creatures are even more fascinating. The jellyfish are my most favorite because they look so alien and weird. But so elegant and gracious. I love it so much. But I also like lions. Lions are probably one of my favorite animals as well. I've always liked lions. Salutations! Hello, hello, random randomness. How are you doing? But the lions are just such a regal and beautiful animal. It's great. There we go. Level 20. Oh, that was terrible. Alright. Oh, he doesn't double. That's a shame. Do you double this guy, though? Aha! You do! Gorham! Dead. Alright. And damn, nobody doubles this guy. Come on, guys. You can do it. Actually, let's kill this guy first. He's a paladin, he's promoted, he's dangerous. But wow. The pole axe weighs so much that it's actually better to use a different axe rather than the actual effective weapon against it. Guess what? Leth will double. And you're done. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go forward with that idea of this Saturday I'm gonna play Sonic Generations. Because I have the game on Steam for like 2 years now, and I've never played the game. And honestly, as of late, I've been in a Sonic vibe. So why not? I'd like to try Frontiers as well, but I don't have the game, and again, I am saving for Fire Emblem Engage, so can't buy the game. And I'm still debating whether or not to buy a Pokemon Skyward and Violet, because on one side, I have been very skeptical when it comes to Pokemon as of late, but on the other side, they do seem to be doing something different with it, and I respect that. And besides, the game takes place in the Iberian Peninsula, so it's like, I feel like I should do it. So yeah, we'll see. Then again, if... we shall see. But yeah. I also want to prepare that future stream where I read the Sonic Hololive crossover fanfiction. Because that... Goddamn, that just sounds so much fun. So silly, but so much fun. Oh no, the Vaporeon. The Vaporeon. It was so cursed when when Niji cancelled. Read the Vaporeon copy pasta on stream. Goddamn. And of course, everybody just knew that Finana would be Vaporeon, because of course they would. Of course they would. Of course she would be Vaporeon. Okay, we need a physics staff in here. No, they have a physics staff themselves. Alright. Ooh, a silver lance, that's why. Let's see, can Mist reach there with silver? With a physic? Probably not, she doesn't have that much magic yet. Nope, she can't. Rippin' pepperonis. But surely we can at least, like, do a retreating maneuver, right? Ouch. Aha! There we go, the real strong one is dead. There we go! Promotion time! Jill is gonna promote! Let's go! Let's go! She's gonna become a war god now. Behold! The Sword of Mars! The Spirit of Bishamonten! The Destructiveness of Kali! The Bloodthirst of Eris! And the Intellect of Athena! It's Wyvern Lords! Jill! Mwah! Those stats are looking sexy. Those are nice stats indeed. She's a menace now. Pretty much a menace. Ah, physic cannot reach. This is bad. Come on, Mist. Surely you can reach. I mean, I'm pretty sure she'll be fine. Jill will be safe. She's so strong anyways. Also, there's Swamp. So she'll be even safer. Die! I haven't done that video yet because I haven't just been working on other things. That's why. But I might make it. We'll see. Ooh, this could be dangerous now. Alright. Longsword. Now please, Soren, don't get hit by anything else. Because, oh, wait. Oh no, I think he could only heal Marcia, not Jill. Oh wow, this part of the map is empty. I killed all the Cavaliers already. We must press forwards. Let's go, everyone. Charge! Oh wow. Actually, Titania's forges are almost running out. One more hit and it's gone. I need to forge her a new axe after this chapter is over. Whole IVN 3 got leaked? Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. Interesting. We're gonna new members to the family. That's always exciting. Because we all know that Cover knows how to pick their talent. So they're gonna be great. I just know it. Oh, blocking the way. Oh wow, am I? Yeah, they're not even attacking Jill. I don't think they do damage against her. This one is, but that's because he thinks he has... Oh, Jill just got full health. You get full health and promotion? Really? Wow. I didn't know about that. At least I don't remember it being like that. Maybe Radiant Dawn disables that. Let's see... Aha, there we go. Die! Nani, there's gonna be a guy in Whole Life VN Gen 3? Oh, I bet it's Yago. Let's go, Yago, about to join Whole Life VN. The best girl, finally. Let's go, Yago! Woo! Living the dream. Alright, let's see. Oscar, your turn. But yeah, Leth is starting to have trouble to double enemies. I guess Leth does fall off a little bit. And I have been making a good combat. The All-Stars manager that left? That manager has been like a manager for a long time. I think he's been like the guy that's been holding everything together. So I think he's like very respected amongst the company. I bet he's gonna be missed. Alright. Take this! Wind! Enemy down. We're almost... Yeah, these are the last enemies left in this. Oh, and there's also that wyvern right there. Blocking the way. He really is putting a target on his back, huh? Rongo Miniad! I just need one more level for Marcia, and she promotes. Just one more level, and she promotes. Die. Honestly, if I was one of these soldiers and I saw my entire group team being killed just like that, I think I'd just run away. I don't think it's worth the trouble. Why do you think you'll make any other difference? Do you really want to fight to the death for a boss like Oliver? Like Oliver? It is but a scratch. It's just a flesh wound. Alright, let's finish this chapter. Only 2 enemies left. Actually, I don't even need to kill them all, I just need to reach. But I usually kill them all because, well, I like to kill them all. Alright. Kill every last one of them! Bye-bye. Like the healers, I don't have to kill the healers. But EXP and bloodthirst, I must do it. Die. If Oliver said I could have some bird people pussy, I think I could be the side of Oliver. But that's the thing, right? Oliver wants to capture Rayson, but he doesn't want anyone to touch him, so he's not even promising you bird pussy. He's literally just asking of you blind obedience. That's all. Because he's a senator. Whew. We finally made it. Let's split up and search the surrounding area. Commander, do you think we should call for more reinforcements? The Duke's army seems nearly limitless, and I'm worried about our weapon situation. Let's do it. Like, it's all because he's like a senator. That's like, he claims he wants your obedience. Just because of his station. Louis Bussy. I mean, man, Louis. I swear, every time Louis appears in Hobo no Graffiti, it's like they know exactly Louis' appeal. They know exactly her appeal. Like, mwah. It's so good. Hey, what's this? What is it, Commander? Look here. This is the only place in these ruins where I've seen healthy grass growing. Watame's mother of Louis? Hmm? You're right. Oh, you mean because of that one? Because of that one, multiple Louis. Oh. I'm talking about that one scene where she's sitting and you see her looking down on you. Here, I'm gonna post it on the stream chat hall. Because I have a gif of that. Yeah, here we go. This one right here. It's absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful. You're right, I wonder why. And I found this. A white feather? So we were right. The heron is around here somewhere. It's possible, but... Ike, over here. What now? Nasir, what have you found? A heron. But guess what? Dun dun dun! It's not Rayson. It's a different heron, and this one's a girl! And I don't speak her language, unfortunately. That's a girl. Nasir, you said that the male heron was we met was the only surviving member of the race. This is actual bird pussy. Well, technically you have King Lorazi, the father of Rayson, is also alive. Speaking the language of the gods. Actually, yes, she's speaking the language of the gods. Like, canonically, this is what the gods speak. So yes, you are very much right. I believed it to be true. To find another survivor, it's a miracle. Yeah. Hey, wait, please, I must speak. And she fainted. Come on, wake up. She's fainted dead away. I guess there's nothing I can do but wait for her to come around. I wasn't trying to frighten her. By the way, everything she says in this language, you can actually translate to English. There's like an alphabet, and you can actually translate that to English. Because she's actually just speaking in English, but in a different alphabet. This character, she's actually really sassy. But yeah, I don't know where to translate it though. I guess there's nothing I can do but wait for her to come around. I wasn't trying to frighten her. Because supposedly she doesn't know English. Oh, here comes Oliver. What happens when Oliver sees a heron that's actually a girl? Oh boy, he's about to come. He's about to come, guys. Oh, I found you at last, my beautiful treasure. It's about time you showed your bloated face, Duke Tanas. Oh, no mistake about it. That is a spectacular work of art I paid so much to obtain. You still claim ownership, do you? No, wait. Something's different. This is a female? A female? You mean to tell me that yet another lives? How spectacular! Men, bring me that heron, but do her no harm. You'll never have her. Oh no. Oh boy. Again, will this corpulent windbag never learn? Form up, troops! We must protect the Heron! And the gimmick of this part is that Ike is always rescuing her, so he's fighting at half strength. Anyways, I'm gonna call... I guess I'll call Devdan Almorem. If someone speaks the language that nobody understands, is the people listening stupid to not understand, or is the person stupid to use the language that people understand? People don't understand. I wouldn't call any of them stupid, really. I guess it would. You would kind of have the idea that you'd try to be silent, right? Because, well, they can't understand me, so I may as well not say anything. But I think from my experience, when people don't know to speak another language and they go to a place where they speak another language, they still try to communicate, but because who knows, maybe the other person might just know one word or something like that. Or maybe I might say a word that sounds similar to a word in that language, and maybe we can communicate. For example, let me give you the example of Portuguese YouTubers that recently are doing a series called, where the goal is that they want to go to Qatar, but only by having, what is it called in English? Like getting a lift from people, like, on the roads. So, like, they want to go to Qatar, supposedly to say, to wish good luck to Cristiano Ronaldo for the World Cup. But the challenge is that they have to go through it, through a lift, so they need to be on the road, always, asking for people to give them a lift to invite to the nearest city and all that. Now, as you can imagine, going from Portugal to Qatar, like that is not easy. Yeah, a hitch ride, thank you. It's exactly that. Sing! Yeah, I don't like football either. But yeah, still though, it's a pretty cool challenge because they're gonna have to cross many countries, many of which they don't even know how to talk their language. Like the most recent episodes, I think they were in the Kosovo. And again, they don't understand the language. They need to speak English and hope that they might know a language of English. And sometimes, the people that they meet will teach them a word or another in their language. And it's actually really wholesome. Like, really wholesome. Because they end up meeting people with interesting life stories. Like, most recently, they met someone who's actually like a refugee. Who used to be a refugee. And he told them his life story and all that, and it was super interesting. So yeah, they crossed Portugal, they crossed Spain, they crossed France, Italy, they crossed Serbia. No, actually no, they didn't cross Serbia. They crossed Croatia, they crossed Albania, Montenegro, Kosovo, and they're going into Turkey. So now they're gonna have to cross like the Middle East to reach Qatar. It's really interesting, like it's a very cool YouTube channel. They're called Andamento. Here, I'll write it here. You guys are probably not gonna understand anything because it's in Portuguese, but just out of curiosity, the name of the channel is this. It's called Andamento. They are a very good YouTube channel. Like, they're doing, like, actual good content. Because it tends to be very wholesome. Oh, wait. There we go. Where's the game? There we go. Oh. My friend once said, damn, Portuguese and Brazilian language is so similar. Well, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. There is a reason for that. It's because it's the same language. Oh. Oh. Oh, my Fimbulvetter is broken. I need to be careful. There's too many enemies right here. I need to kill them so that they don't cause trouble later. Yes, promotion. Actually, no, level up. Yeah. Well, at this point, every single European Portuguese is like used to that, because usually whenever you go to a website where you learn Portuguese, it's always Brazilian Portuguese, so there's like a Brazilian flag instead of the Portuguese flag. Because it makes sense, right? It makes sense because, well, Brazil is a giant country. They have a lot of people. So, like, Portuguese, I think, is like the 5th most spoken language, and it's pretty much because of Brazil, because there's so many of them. So it makes sense that people would learn, when they learn Portuguese, they learn Brazilian Portuguese, because most likely the context where you use it, it's gonna be speaking to other Brazilian people. So it makes a lot of sense. Though a lot of Portuguese people get triggered by that. Because no, but the language is ours though. But, well, it makes sense though, they are more than us. It's kinda like people learning English, right? People tend to learn American English rather than British English. It makes sense. Like, culturally, American culture is more influential, and not only that, American English is more widespread just in general. I mean, there's more Americans than Brits after all, right? Because America is a giant country. Anyways, you'd be there. Mordecai's número no. Yeah, the meme is funny because it's Spanish, it's not even Portuguese. Which brings up another thing that triggers Portuguese people, is when people confuse Portugal for Spain. Portuguese people do not like that at all. They really don't. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, it's not just the YouTubers, but it's also like the movies and all that. Movies, video games, basically culture in general. Tends to be more American English than British English. Alright. I mean, to be fair, whenever we're talking about dubs and subtitles, like in Portuguese, it tends to be Brazilian Portuguese as well, rather than European Portuguese, because unlike Brazil, Portugal's industry of dubs, of dubbing, is not as advanced, is not as well developed. Like in Brazil, they dub everything. It's kind of like Spain. In Spain, they dub everything, right? For some reason, in Portugal, we don't dub things. I mean, it makes sense. To be fair, here I am talking. I tend to prefer things when they're not dubbed, but I prefer subtitles. So in Portugal, things are usually subtitled. But I like options, right? I know that Netflix gives you the option. You want dubs or you want subs, right? You get to choose what you want, and I like that. I like when the websites give you the option to choose what you want, how you want to experience something. Because sure, I might prefer subtitles, but some people prefer the dub. And, you know, hey, it creates more employment for voice actors, you know? As well. It's more employment for voice actors. And, you know, I wouldn't be a voice actor myself, so, hey, if our industry were to develop itself, I would be able to have more chances. Usually, the voice actors that do voice acting here in Portugal tend to be like actual actors, though. It's usually like the same people, like over and over again. Wait, where is Nina Kosaka from? I don't know actually. I know she lives in Canada, but I don't know where she's actually from. I've seen like many different theories as to where she might be from, but I haven't really seen a consensus. Apparently, if you know of her past, you might know for sure. But I don't know about her past, so I can't really say. Yeah, she speaks English, Russian, French. She speaks a little bit of Spanish as well. Just in general, she's a polyglot. It's great. I'd love to learn more languages as well, because I think learning languages is a lot of fun. I know Portuguese, which is my native tongue. I know English, which I learned in school. And I know a little bit of Japanese, which I learned from myself. But it's still not enough to call myself fluent. Not even close. But I'd like to learn other languages as well. I know I learned a little bit of German in university. Not too much, but just a little bit. Just like the very, very basics of German. And I actually did really well. I ended up dropping out, but I was actually doing very well. Like it was my most successful subject in universities. It was German, because when it comes to languages, I tend to do good, because I get super excited about learning about them. Chiara knows German because she's Austrian. She knows English and Japanese. She learned Japanese for herself, I think. It was a 10-year struggle, but she did it. Okay, another class change. Here we go. It's kind of like Anya. Anya and Ollie, trilinguals. I want to join the trilingual club. I want to join too, but I'm only bilingual. And my knowledge of Japanese isn't good enough to call myself trilingual. But another issue that I tend to have is that I like different languages so much that I spread myself too thin. I spread myself too thin and I learn too many languages at the same time, which means I end up not learning any of them. Because, I wanna learn Japanese. I love Japanese. But then, but Italian sounds so beautiful. I wanna learn Italian. But German is cool. But Russian is also cool too. But now I like Indonesian VTubers, so I wanna learn more Indonesian as well. But and Mandarin. I want to learn Mandarin as well. Cantonese. I think Cantonese is a language. For example, I think Celine speaks Cantonese. Cantonese, I mean, I don't know the nuances. Maybe there's like some nuance that I don't know. I just don't know enough. But I think Cantonese is its own language. That's why saying like learning Chinese is wrong, because Chinese isn't a language, I think, because there's different types of languages spoken in China, like Cantonese and Mandarin. And I think there might be others as well. I just don't know. I'd like to learn too, Mandarin. I like learning languages, and Asian languages especially are so different from what I'm used to that I want to learn them more. Korean too. There was a time I wanted to learn Korean as well. Yeah, Anna knows Mandarin. Because her family is ethnically Chinese. So I think she grew up. I think she grew up with it. I know that Anna is ethnically Chinese, but she was born in Japan, but she lives in Canada. Quite the multicultural lady. Though to be fair, when people say, when people are talking about the Chinese language, most often than not they're talking about Mandarin. Makimura Makoto. Honestly, yeah, that's not even that far-fetched. Recently, I watched in Joey's channel, the Anime Man, not the actual Anime Man channel, but Joey's channel. He was talking about how there was like a confrontation between 100 Yakuza members in a restaurant. Apparently, those Yakuza are actually Chinese orphans. They're like orphans from that were left in China after the war, something like that. So when I saw that news, I was like, damn, it's just like Yakuza. It's literally out of Yakuza, like, whoa. Yes, Jill, become even more of a monster. Don't make Devdan upset. You wouldn't like Devdan when he's upset. Sorry to have kept you waiting. I'll join the fray directly. Oh, damn, Jill is poisoned. Trying to recreate Yakuza. Imagine if Sega makes a plot where they actually reference what happened. Ooh, I can reach there. Die! There we go. But yeah. From the little of Indonesian that I learned was only because I wanted to learn how to count. And what inspired me to learn how to count in Indonesian was that one clip where Muna is counting in Indonesian, and it sounded super hot. That was the moment I was like, yeah, I need to learn how to count too in Indonesian. Though I've forgotten most of it. I only know how to count to 3, which is, you know, satu, dua, and tiga. I like how it sounds. It's really nice. Oh yeah, and because of the clips that I watch sometimes of Millie, I've also learned a little bit of Tagalog. Though, you know, it's like the usual Tagalog that all VTubers learn. You know, like, you know, hi Pogi, or what was the other one? Hi Ganda. The usual, or you know, swear words like putangina mo, oi gago. Swear words, of course. Empat, lima. It's a lot of fun to learn languages. Often, that's the best way to learn about a culture, is by learning its language, because often the language is built in such a way that it reflects the culture itself, right? It's a beautiful world, honestly. I think when you learn languages is when you realize that, damn, the world is so varied and beautiful, with so many different kinds of people and all that. It's just awesome. It really goes to show that there's so much. Malay is one of my native tongue, which is similar to Indonesian. Because I think they're both like Bahasa, right? Like there's like Bahasa Indonesia and Bahasa Malaysia, right? At least that's what I've heard. So I haven't looked too much into it, so I might be wrong. You want to talk about swear words? Opening a thousand pages of book of Russian swear words. Yes, we have the classic suka blet and the more moderate blin. There was a YouTube channel that I used to watch just for fun called the Popovsky, and he used to teach like how to speak in the Russian accent and words. And damn, it was a fun channel. I haven't seen it in years, many years, so I don't know what the channel is like today. But damn, it was fun. I was in high school when I watched that channel. That was 5 years ago. Damn. Maybe more than 5 years ago. No, it was 5 years ago. Actually, I don't remember anymore. I've lost track of time. Russian is the most polite language. Change my mind. In German, I only know how to say Schweinhund. Uh-oh. Stefan does not like magic. Doom crits. While you were having premarital sex, I studied the blade. That's Stefan in a nutshell. Too many archers. I need to clear them up. Charge! This chapter kind of plays itself, honestly. Germans love the word composition sh. True, they do. It is very normal, very widespread in their language. Dankeschön, for example. Schön. Let's see. But yeah, but speaking of swear words, I never swear in Portuguese. I don't like to do it. Again, I think it's the same. I think anyone can like relate to this because when you grow in a certain language, your native tongue tends to sound more serious, I feel. So swear words sound more serious, right? Because you were taught not to say those words when you were a kid. When you learn a language after you are an adult, it doesn't feel as bad because, well, you were an adult. Nobody taught you that you should say those things, right? So that's why in English I can say, like, you know, fuck all the time. And it doesn't feel bad because, well, it's not my native tongue, so it doesn't feel as bad. Same thing when I swear in any other language. I remember Chiara saying that she doesn't like swearing in German. And again, it's the same reason. It just doesn't feel right because she grew up with German, right? So, likewise, I don't swear in Portuguese because it sounds very vulgar. Because again, taught that I shouldn't say those words. So I grew up not wanting to say them. But Portuguese has a lot of swear words. And they can be quite vulgar indeed. Quite vulgar. Hell, sometimes you use swear words for good things. Because saying the swear word might make it better. It's kind of like how fuck sometimes in English can enhance something. But yeah. Portuguese is a fun language. It's a bit complicated to learn. At least the people that I've met that decide to learn Portuguese, they do say that Portuguese is hard, and I agree. I mean, honestly, I think any Portuguese child in school might relate with Portuguese grammar being difficult, because it is. I wouldn't say it's as hard as French grammar, because I've heard that French grammar is especially difficult. But Portuguese grammar is also pretty difficult. Though honestly, today, I don't think it's that difficult. But the reason why I don't find the grammar hard anymore is because once you start learning how to write, you kinda assimilate the grammar naturally in your head, which makes it so that, you know, the way you learn grammar in school, in my opinion, has always been very unnatural. I've always struggled with grammar, always. But it was after I started writing for myself that I realized, grammar is actually not that difficult. But I learned it in a completely different way from school. Whereas school wants you to memorize things. I learned it in a more practical way by applying it actually in actual writing. And that's how I learned how to write and grammar. And this applies to all languages, really, I feel. Who would have thought? You want to dominate a language? You wanna get better at it? Well, just use it. Just use it more. Practice makes perfect. I don't swear in Russian because it's uncultured and you must answer from your words if someone gets offended, and in 90% you need to fight. Oh, damn. It's a challenge. There we go. Almost done with this. Actually, we're in turn 5, but at least killing everyone. We're almost done with them. None of you are gonna escape. I don't have to kill you all, but I will. Because that's what I do. Murder! I am a Drakengard player. Murder is normal. Well, it's not normal, but Drakengard players are used to slaughtering everything they see ahead of them in games. Specifically in games. Don't do it IRL. Please don't. There we go. Class change. I passed high school with an A in English, but yet I still don't know how to classify a word as an adjective. Yeah, I relate to that. It's exactly that. If someone told me, like, to classify things, and well, you know what I'm talking about. Classify things and say the names of things and all that, I'm not gonna be able to answer. But if you ask me to apply it, actually, like in writing, I can apply it. There we go. Axes are the best weapon. And that's why I believe that, at least in my opinion, schools should ask students to for more practical assignments rather than memorization. Because well, to a certain extent, I think memorization might be important, but I think how much memorization is asked of students is a bit too much. Instead, I think that time should be spent asking the students for more practical things. Like, you know, I've always thought that assignments where teachers ask students to write about their opinions on something is good. Because number one, they're gonna have to utilize proper grammar to properly, you know, explain their opinions and thoughts and views, right? They're also learning how to think for themselves and think critically. I think all those things are very important, and that's why I feel like school assignments is good. Hell, it could be your opinion on like a movie that you watched recently, or your opinion on like somewhere you went to. Something like that. That's kind of why university is good, because university asks of you to do more of that. It would be good if high school also asked of you to do more of that. But unfortunately, my experience in high school was just teachers trying to preparing us for exams. That's all, which feels kind of bad, because, well, we're in school to learn, to actually learn, right? But all it feels like we're just learning for the exam, and once the exam is done, well, I don't have to care anymore about what I've learned. And that's kind of sad, because that kind of defeats the point of school. I have quite a long history with when it comes to education. When it comes to talking about my views on education. Because education is so important. Because you are preparing people for their futures, right? And I feel like that's actually the one thing that school fails at. Is preparing people for their futures. It's sad. Obviously, don't get me wrong, it's not like school is all bad. School, even flawed as it is today, it still teaches a lot of important things, right? I mean, hell, you learn to read in school, and that's pretty important. You know? So it's not all bad. You learned history in school. You learned how to read in school. You learned basic math in school. You know, those things are important. I do believe school is doing good when it comes to all that. So I can't be biased and say it's all bad. It's not. But it's in some other aspects that school fails. I've always had especially a problem with the Portuguese class, which I guess to any of you would be like the class where you would learn your own native tongue, right? So English people would, you know, to them it would be their English class. And, you know, for both of you it would be both Russian and Malay, maybe? Actually, I think Almighty said that Russian is not his native tongue, so maybe it doesn't apply to him. But, in Portuguese class, for me, you know, that was the class where I'd learn, you know, about writers, you know, things like that, and lots of grammar, and that was always a class that I had a problem with, because I feel like a lot of the times they ended up putting too much emphasis on stuff that it's not really important. Instead of giving us some more practical assignments. Again, I'm just a fan of more practical stuff. Yeah. Right, in this chapter they keep going even if you kill everyone, because you need to wait for the turns to end. Alright. Historical story is literally replaced an entire sentence with 4 words. But yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, one of the reasons why I have this mindset of practical learning more than that, I don't think I would have that mindset if I didn't start writing. Because, you know, I didn't question any of it before. I only started to question it once I started writing. You know, when I wanted to write my own novel. Because that's when I started seeing, oh, I'm starting to understand grammar now. Because would have thought maybe writing so much is making me better at it. And that's how I realized it too. The way we're learning Portuguese in school is not a good way. I think if they ask students to write more, it would be more effective. You know, putting them into the trenches, you know? Into the trenches with the writing. The writing trenches. That novel was quite an adventure to write, actually. It took me 5 years to finish that novel. I started writing it when I was at 10th grade. And admittedly, the story does not look the same as it was when I started. I ended up, you know, reviewing it, you know, writing it all over again and reviewing it again, and then writing another draft of the whole thing. Because when I finished my story, when I read it again, it was very cringe. I mean, I was at 10th grade when I started writing it. Of course it's gonna be cringe. And honestly, I am very proud of the results today. It's still cringe though, but I am still very proud because you know what? I did my best back then. And this, at least, is something that I started and I finished. I never published it though. I wanted to publish it, but unfortunately it got rejected because it was too big. Unfortunately, it was too big. So that's why. Like they told me that, you know, I'm a unknown writer, so it's too risky to invest into publishing a story that is that big, because they're gonna have to print all those pages. So that was my bad, definitely. And keeping in mind that the final result was even shorter than the first result. But yeah. But you know, I think it's good. It's you know, thinking that something you did was cringe is a good way to I think it shows that you got better or you grew, right? So it's only natural. So I don't mind the feeling. Again, I'm willing to one day maybe showing it on stream, the novel. Because again, I'm not gonna publish it, I may as well just put it out there for public view, right? You know? it's not. I wouldn't call it that good by any means, but who knows? Maybe someone will take enjoyment out of it. Because again, I am still proud of it. It's the best I could do back then, and you know, there is some diamond in the rough moments in it, here and there, that are nice. But right now I'm writing something different. Beyond my short stories about witches and stuff, I'm writing a novel, a different novel. And I could also like show the first 2 chapters on stream, if you guys were interested. But the rest I will not show on stream, because I wanna write it and publish it properly. And if I show things on stream, then I cannot publish it, because no publishing house is going to accept that, because they're going to count that as already being published. And that goes against my odds. Yeah.
What vexatious wretches! I am overmatched! I can't believe I'm saying this, but there's another white heron! Retreat! Leave them their prize!
Oh, you gave up on the female heron pussy, huh? Blast! Duke Tenazis escaped! Ike, trying to fight with that heron on your back is not a good idea. Why don't we take her to the Apostle before moving on? We finally got Duke Tenaz on the run! I don't intend to stop until we've captured or killed that monster. I understand, but shouldn't we at least let someone else carry the heron? Truth be told, she's unbelievably light. I barely know she's there. Is that so? Dream World Witch in love with witches? Never thought of that. So you are a fan of Winx? When I was a kid, I actually watched Winx Club. Yes, dude, I had DVDs of it when I was a kid. Actually, dude, the name of the channel Dream World Witch comes from the short stories that I write. So it's not that my fascination comes from the name, it's the name comes from my fascination. And to be fair, that fascination comes from Umineko, honestly. It was all Umineko. I love Umineko. Umineko made me like the whole concept of witches. Though, to be fair, I kinda stretch the meaning of witches, because a lot of the characters that I call witches in my stories are not, like... If you try to compare them to actual witches, they're not witches, but I call them witches because... You know, it's kinda how Ryukishi in Umineko, he has a specific, like... definition for what he considers a witch, and a witch is like this character that's like a player that moves pieces on a board, right? So they don't need to necessarily be like the classical witch with a pointy hat and flies on a broom. They don't have to be like that, right? And I kind of go the same way, where the witches in my stories are its own thing, and they don't have necessarily to be that. In this case, the witches in my stories are like, you know, residents from the dream world, that are able to travel to different worlds, right? And they exist in this higher dimension. It's very inspired by Umineko as well, admittedly, but I like to try my own spin with it. Is that so? I think she weighs, oh, I'd say about half as much as Mist. Huh? You're kidding, right? I see. You see? What's that supposed to mean, Soren? You know that Ike's making fun of me, don't you? He's just a big jerk. Alright, maybe I exaggerated a bit, but she's still lighter than you. Well, what do you expect? She's a bird. She's a bird. I mean, I don't think you've ever weighed an ostrich. Ostriches are birds, and I wouldn't call them light. Commander, if this battle is going to continue, I think we should get more reinforcements. Here we go, the final part of this chapter. God damn, I hate this chapter. It's so long. So annoying. But things are gonna get better after this. Avoiding those human scum cost me time, but I've almost made it to the altar. Rayson, are you well? T-Barn, how did you? Nealucha told us everything. Oh, allow me to apologize. I left on my own, without a word to you, and this is what happened. As long as you're unharmed, all is well. Let's go home. Please, give me a little time. I cannot allow these humans to remain in the forest. I understand how you feel, but we're completely outnumbered. Let us wait for another day. Once I stand at the altar, I can take care of them. Every one of them. You can't mean. Are you thinking of using the forbidden magic? Yes. I will sink those monsters the Dirge of Ruin. Dirge of Ruin? Look at that. That's Dirge of Ruin is the special move of the final boss of Trails of Cold Steel 4. Where he blows up. It's like it's a final attack that is very much inspired by Final Fantasy VII, where the final boss blows up the world, but somehow you only take half your health in damage. Because that makes sense. Dirge of Ruin. Though the intensity of the attack is super cool.
Now I shall bring the world to ruin! Return to dust!
Great. Are you mad? You mustn't. I can't allow it. With permission or without, I do what I must. It is retribution for genocide. Retribution for this forest. Destroy the entire solar system now, it's only the planets. He literally turns the planet to dust. Planet blows up. And you take half damage in health. Rayson, you must not let yourself be ruled by despair. It's a very intense boss fight though. Actually hard fight though. God, I love Trail so much. Each member of the Heron tribe is an embodiment of balance. You do this and you warp your very existence. That's what they all said. My family, my tribe, and then they died. The humans were drunk with joy. They laughed. They sang. And then they slaughtered us like livestock. My mother, my brother, my elder sisters, even my infant sister, Leanne, wink wink nudge nudge, that's the one that we found, all killed in a single night. Rayson, I know, this thing I intend to do brings dishonor to my house, and yet, I cannot forgive. And their past actions weren't enough. Now, they violate the sanctity of the forest without a trace of regret. Accursed humans, I will never forgive them. Don't you think we understand that? That's right. Prince Rayson, there's no need for you to reject your honor based on the likes of them. The tragedy of the Herons, the horror and the pain of that night lives on in all of us. Let's return to Phoenicis and think of a plan. You are right, this will not stand. The full power of the Hawk Nation is behind you. The humans will pay. As you wish. Meanwhile, here comes Oliver. Enough already! Lay down your arms and surrender! We will let you live! Hello, blah blah, how are you?
No, never! I am not giving up! I'm not finished yet! Out of my way, penniless wretches! Your very existence is an insult to all that is beautiful! All you really want is my wealth and beauty! Miserable curse! You reek of poverty and envy! Oh, but I understand your emotions. Yes, I do. How could you sad vagabonds not want to be me?
Yes, we're jealous. That's the last thing in the world.
Silence! I am not one to be doubted by mere beggars such as you. Oh, in the name of the goddess, I, Oliver, Duke of Tanaz, will smite your hideous evil. To arms! To arms! Defend me with all the strength you possess! Oh, and bring me the little bird that blue-haired lout is carrying while you're at it.
Oh, please. Here we go. Time to fight her. Fight him. Is the final part of this chapter. Damn, your voice is good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Here they come. Combat formation, everyone. Here we go. Reinforcements will be... I actually don't want to bring anyone here. None of them are combat ready. Maybe I'll bring Mordecai, sure. He can fight. Everyone else is going to die if I bring them, so I'm not going to bring them. No need for them to die here. Alright, here we go! To arms! To action! Charge! This is usually the chapter where I sometimes tend to lose units, so I need to be very, very careful. There will be reinforcements coming from the back. That is why. Because there's a lot of enemies. A lot of them. Oh, there's a lot of them. And Oliver is the boss. Also, I will enable battle animations for Oliver. Because he has his own theme song. Yes, Oliver, for some reason, has his own theme song. He's the only, like, one of the few bosses in the game that has a theme song. The other one is the Black Knight. The Black Knight. And the final boss. And then there's Oliver. Don't let the Ark and Boyd have any newcomers. Yeah, it's fine. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Not on my watch. I almost lost Soth earlier, actually. That's not Soth, Soren. But it should be alright. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep a strong unit at the back that can take the reinforcements. That should be good. Maybe Muram is gonna be good. We'll see. Die! I wanna get this chapter over with, so I can finally go back to the fun part of the game. Because, my goodness, I do not like this chapter. In my opinion, the Banyan arc is really good for story, but in terms of gameplay, is to me like the boring part of the game. But at least it ends here, though. The next chapter, the game gets a lot of fun again. Let's go, Marsh is about to promote to a Falcon Knight. Let's go! Hip hip hooray! And now bask in the light of glory. Here she is. Ta-da! Ding, 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 ding. So satisfying to hear that. Great. Alright. Maybe I will give bonus XP to Soren after this. Just so I can promote him, because otherwise he's not very usable, is he? Ooh, I need to be careful. There's an enemy with a meteor tome. This guy, right here. Yeah, this is a siege tome. Has a lot of range, as you can see. A lot of range. So I need to be careful, and again, fire tomes are effective against beast lagoos. So make sure I take Leth and Morim away from there. Alright, get away from there. Actually, I should have sent Marsha there, because the flying units can fly over the trees. And then I can kill the enemy. Yeah, I can kill the guy with the siege tome. You know what, I'll send... I'll let Jill do that. Honestly, she can probably solo it. Die! Die! A god walks among you. Let's see. Let's see, can you kill Astrid? You are promoted, but your strength sucks. Yes, you cannot. No, you cannot, I mean. Crit! Crit! That's a killer bow. Damn it. She really needs strength. If I see an energy drop, it would be worth giving it to her. Because with an energy drop, she could have, for example, one-round that enemy. She has been very strength screwed, to be fair. Alright. And now Soren, be careful. And Devdan, I think Devdan will be part of the group that stays behind. He's not really that strong, but he should, you know, be able to slow down the enemy until, like, stronger units are able to help him out. Alright. Reese needs to be very careful. And so does Mist. Get away from there. Until we take care of that siege tome, we have to be very careful where we move units. Oh, right, I forgot about that. But at least she has good defenses. Oh, Ike. Nice. Oh, he's together with Soren, that's why he avoided. He has really nice dodge. Here comes the Armor Knights. Oh, it's getting cold outside. I guess, is it snowing? It is getting cold indeed here as well. Though, to be fair, if I said it's cold in here, you'd laugh. Because it's like just a little bit less than 20 degrees Celsius. But in Portugal that is kinda cold. Because we have an overall more hot environment. Minus 28 degrees, what? Oh boy. Oh boy. Some snow and minus 28 degrees. And you're saying it's finally getting a little bit cold. What? Oh my goodness. Over here, if it gets anywhere near close 0 degrees, we're already like in panic that it's super cold. Also, oh boy, Riz. Oh boy. Nice, it doesn't double. I would die in that temperature, Almighty. I would die, I would freeze to death. 0 degrees is already like torture. Minus 28 degrees is... whoa. Damn, you're literally built different. Literally built different. God damn. Well... Usual temperature is minus 45, minus 50. Oh, boy. What the hell? Truly built different. Like, actually. To be fair, it makes a lot of sense whenever, you know, there's actually fun situations where, you know, in Portugal, there is this like one place called Óbidos. And Óbidos gets a lot of tourism during Christmas time. Christmas time, just overall in December. Because it's supposed to be like the Christmas village. So it sees a lot of tourism. And me and my family tend to go to Óbidos a lot of times, you know, almost every year. Not all the time, but almost every year. Sometimes we see foreign tourists. And we see sometimes like Russian tourists, and it's really funny to see, like it's like actually straight up winter. Everyone's like wearing jackets and stuff, and then you see the Russian tourists like wearing like t-shirts and nothing else, just t-shirts, because to them this is like summer. It's really funny to see. Like, I bet they would like coming to the beach here in plain winter, Portuguese winter. Like, wow, it's very easy. It's very easy to tell who comes from like Slavic countries and who doesn't, because if they're wearing a t-shirt during Portuguese winter, that means they're not from here. That means they're from colder countries. It's so... I wonder what they think of our summer, though. Because, summers in Portugal tend to get around... Coldest temperature we get in Portugal, 0 degrees. Literally 0 degrees. It is very rare for the temperature to go under 0 degrees in most of the country. There are parts of the country where it does go a negative, but that's like the northern parts of the country, like Trás-os-Montes and Serra da Estrela. Those places tend to actually be cold and have snow. But for the most of the country, it never usually goes beyond 0 degree, you know, under 0 degrees. On the flip side, I bet your summers are gonna feel cold to us. Because in Portugal, summers tend to be around 30 to 40 degrees. Sometimes they can go above 40 degrees Celsius, but it's usually in between 30 degrees to 40 degrees. And then in Spain, it's worse. In Spain, you have like places like Seville, where it goes sometimes to 50 degrees Celsius. It's just in general, our temperatures are hotter. It's worse in Spain. Spanish summers are much hotter. But still, overall, it's pretty hot here. At 0 degrees, I start thinking to wear pants instead of shorts. Damn. It's 20 degrees right now, for example. 20 degrees. And in summer, tends to be like 30 or more. To be fair, 40 degrees here is also pretty unbearable as well. Like, nobody likes 40 degrees of temperature. Like, it gets to the point where you go to the beach, but your feet are burning because the sand is so hot. Or just in general, being inside a car, it's terrible because the steering wheel is super hot. The benches are hot. Everything is super hot. Super hot. Super hot. Super hot. Let's see. Need to make sure I'm being careful because I want to bring Marsha to the action, but there's an enemy with a bow. Ooh, actually, I can attack this one. Can you kill him, Marsha? Rongo miniade. No, you can't. But we can do good damage. Alright. There we go. But it goes to show, people from different places adapt to different conditions. And they're used to different things. Yet more reason as to why the world is truly beautiful and fascinating. It is amazing, and thanks to the internet we can now speak to each other like this and talk about our differences and laugh about our differences in good fun. And yet appreciate that, wow, things truly are different. And this is why I like the internet. For this, it is worth it. Heat is different in other regions. Our plus 30 is hot, but when I was in Sochi there, plus 30 is literally killing me. Sun fueling me like a deadly laser. Oh yeah, those IV rays, they're no joke. Yeah, usually during summer, we just have to endure the heat in cars. It's terrible. It feels like you're actually in hell. You know, if hell feels like something, it probably feels like that. Unless you believe in the Norse mythology hell, where the hell is actually cold instead of hot. An actual inferno. Yeah, let's go, Jill. Oh, dude, she's leveling up so well. This is so good. She's literally become a Dynasty Warriors character. At this point, she'll be able to solo the game. Well, not really, because the final boss cannot be hurt by anyone else other than Ike and a few other characters. This heat cannot match Marin's heat. True. True. Uh-oh. They're still going at it over here. Shall we go around? I suppose so. Two human armies bashing one another's brains out. I wonder what they're after. Ah. Theory about annihilation of soul. Don't need heaven and hell shit. Just let me rest. I'm actually curious. Maybe I might be going into a hot topic, but I'm curious. What do you all believe happens? Like, if you guys believe in anything about an afterlife, what is it especially? What you believe, or what your culture might believe? I'm very curious to know, since I think all of us are from different cultures and countries. Because I find it very curious and fascinating. There's that sound again. Rayson, are you doing that? No, I suppose not. The forest is whispering something. I cannot speak that language. King Tivarin! Prince Rayson, look! There! Eh? Ah! The blue-haired human is carrying something on his back. No, it can't be. Is that another heron? But that's not. I think some of the humans might be fighting to protect the heron. It's against my nature, but we shall aid them. Janaf, Ulki, to me! Right. Yes, sir. Tivarin, please allow me to go with you. If you forswear the forbidden magic, you may come. Agreed. And now they're going to help us. So here's the thing about Laguz Royals. Tivarin is a Laguz Royal. He's the king of the Hawks. Because of that, he can freely transform whenever he wants without any penalty. And besides that, he's super strong. And he can probably solo the game. The Laguz Royals are absolutely broken. The bear who hurt this forest will answer to me. So yeah, Janaf also transforms turn 1. Yeah. Now as for Tivarin, he has a Laguz band, which is what allows him to transform. In Radiant Dawn, it's no longer an item, it's a skill that all Laguz Royals have. And also, look at his stats. Look at this monster. It's insane. In Chinese beliefs, hell is a very creative place of torture. It is rather dark. If you read about how Chinese torture people in ancient China, you should know about how it can be. I think, wasn't the, well, maybe not. I was thinking that the ball might be from there. Maybe it's not from the ball. The ball where you put someone inside an iron ball and heat up the iron ball and they die of boiling heat and all that. I know Marinette from Nishisanji knows a lot about ancient torture methods. In my culture, paganism, we are having a thing like heaven and hell, but different. In other families, resurrection theory is popular too. I see. I should have given that kill to Soren. Maybe it is safe to go. But yeah, it's really fascinating to learn about these things, in my opinion. Oftentimes it's things like this that kinda end up shaping a religion, for example. After all, what happens after die is the question that religions try to answer, after all. You know the one that they slowly cut the flesh and pour boiling water or excrement on the skin to cause burns and slow infections which can cause necrosis? Damn, I actually never heard of that one. That sounds terrible. Yeah, that sounds terrible. That is scary. That is very scary indeed. I believe in Louis Hip's religion. Hey, fair enough. The Louis Hips are great. Honestly, just whole life in general has amazing hips. Louis, Suisse, Sora, Marin more recently, Muna, Coco, Aki Rosenthal, obviously. Can never forget Aki Rosenthal. Now that is a definitely very nice and inclusive religion. A religion of peace and beauty. A religion of passion. A religion of tranquility. But, right. So, randomness, you are from Malaysia, right? If that's the case, what is the religion in Malaysia? Is it like, wasn't it Islam? Or is it like, Buddhism or Hinduism? Or maybe it's like a little bit of all of them, depending on like the region. Because I've heard that in Southeast Asia, they kinda do all of them, depending on the region. Islam, Buddhism, Christianity, and Hindu are the dominant ones. I see. Because I thought that Islam was like the dominant one in Southeast Asia. Maybe it is in some places. I think in Indonesia it is, for example. But again, I might not know enough, because I haven't really done much research on it. In Portugal, it's very easy. It's Roman Catholicism, Christianity. I mean, the Spanish and the Portuguese are to blame as to how the religion got to different parts of the world, because that was the excuse that they gave at first to go out and explore the seas and claim land for themselves. It was the excuse that, oh no, we're gonna spread Jesus, yeah! Later on it became, no, it's too profitable, forget Jesus. Well, I'd say that Spain and Portugal still kept up with the whole Jesus thing. It was probably England and the Netherlands that decided to ditch the whole Jesus stuff, especially the Netherlands. I don't think the Netherlands cared. It's profit, hell yeah, cha-ching, cha-ching, and it worked out for them. In fact, the Portuguese spice trade ended up being taken over by the Dutch. Ooh, I need this. Adept. It's too good. I've never read the Bible fully. I've read the Book of Genesis, though. Because I have one. It belonged to my grandmother, I think? But I've never read it fully. Maybe I shouldn't really talk about my own views, but I am an agnostic. Yes, because usually talking about religion tends to be heated. I personally like talking about religion because I think it's a fascinating subject. Regardless of what you believe, I respect. I respect you if you believe or don't believe. Really. Because, you know, I have a live and let live mindset. You know, people do them. I do me. So long as we all respect each other, then we are all at peace, and that's what matters. Live and let live. That is a good lesson that I've learned. But yeah, I am more of an agnostic. I used to be a Christian in the past, but I have ever since become an agnostic. I have my own reasons for it though, but I don't want to discuss it because I feel like discussing such reasons is what ends up sometimes causing heated arguments, and I'd rather avoid this because while I do like to talk about it, it's not really something that I want to make a part of the channel, like those types of talks that go too in-depth. And the same applies with politics. Sometimes I might make a reference here and there, but ultimately I'd rather to keep politics outside of my streams for the most part. Again, because I have the same mindset, live and let live. We're all just here to have fun at the end of the day. I am not here to like tell you what you believe, we should believe, or anything like that. I'm here to have fun, and I think you guys are here too, so that's what matters. I'm gonna eat someone's baby. Oh no. Careful, some people might actually believe that. I have seen people on the internet actually use that as ammo against others that believe different things from them. Especially in Portugal or even Brazil, it's very normal for some people to utilize religious arguments as accusations against others. Like in politics, I know, for example, that, again, I don't know much about Brazilian politics. Hell, I know nothing, and I know that it's in a complete shitstorm. I know for sure, so I'm not going to talk about actual politics or elections. I'm going to talk about the fact that I think Bolsonaro called Lula an atheist. No, not an atheist, a Satanist. Yeah, a Satanist. And in turn, Lula called Bolsonaro a cannibal. So, like, yeah, it's very normal to see arguments like this on both sides in, like, places like Brazil. And honestly, in Portugal, I have seen some of them, not as many, but some of them, here and there. And, yeah. But yeah. Hopefully our conversation won't cause problems with anyone else that watches, because that's not my intention. I just like to talk about it. Love and peace, everyone. Love and peace. I do not worship the devil, but I do worship a devil named Tokoyami Toa. You know what? Fair enough. Me too. Me too. Besides, she's an angel anyway, so... Toa is a cute angel. I need that crit. Nice! Again! Do it again! I hope Kieran doesn't get killed by these. You know that the Church of Satan exists? Yes, I know. Satanism, there's two types of Satanism. There's the Satanism of people that actually believe and worship Satan, like actual Satan. And there's the Satanists that don't actually worship Satan, but they only see Satan more as a symbol of rebellion. That is the example, for example, of the vocalist of the band Behemoth. He is a Satanist, but he doesn't actually worship Satan. He quote-unquote worships Satan as a symbol rather than an actual entity. It's a symbol of rebellion. He's a very controversial figure in Poland, by the way. Because Poland is a very religious country. They're stout Christians. And I know that he's gotten in problems because of that. Because he does black metal. That's why so he has all these messages relating to like Satanism and all that. But he doesn't actually worship Satan. So yeah. Those are the two types of Satanism, really. So only one of them is actual Satanism. Same as worshipping the character from Star Wars Cthulhu. Anyways, let me turn on the animations, because Jill is gonna kill Oliver, and Oliver has his own theme song. Let's go, guys. Let's listen to Oliver's mixtape. Wait, what, he doesn't? Never mind, guys, I was wrong. It's only Radiant Dawn. It's not Path of Radiance, it's only the next game where he does have his theme song. What? Oh, I forgot to read that.
You are savages! You are a blight to the world, and you must die!
Never mind, guys, I thought it was this game, but it's actually the next game. It's Radiant Dawn that he has his theme song. And get speared.
Oh.
So Oliver will survive. Oh shit! I just spoiled it by accident. Sorry. Oh yeah. This is not gonna be the last time we're gonna see Oliver. He's quite the character. He's a meme character.
I cannot fall here. It cannot be such loss of beauty.
Yes. Sorry. Spoiler alert. He's a meme character. He's not gonna die here. Oh my, I can't wait for us to see him next game. It's gonna be so glorious. It's you. On your back. Who is it you carry? Oh, the girl? I think she may be somebody you know, but... Yes. Uh-huh. Not to understand. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, I'm a die. Thank you, Foeba. How is this possible? How did it survive all this time? We're finally done with this chapter, guys. I'm so happy. I hate this chapter. Leanne, do you know who I am? Not to understand. That's right. You remember my name. Have you been here by yourself for all these years? Water in the fire! Why? Water in the fire! Why? Ah, not to understand. The forest has protected her. It kept her asleep for so long. There's no way to express my gratitude. Sweet dreams, randomness. I'm just gonna call you randomness, it's easier. the full thing is harder. Sweet dreams, sleep well. You there, Beorg. Me? I am Tibarn, King of Phoenicis. Since the loss of their homeland, the Serenes royal family has been under my guardianship. Who are you, and why do you aid the Herons? My name is Ike. I am commander of the Grail Mercenaries. I am under orders of the Empress, the Apostle of Sanaki, to protect the Herons. The Empress of this country wants to protect the Herons? Ha! That is an interesting tale. The Herons were blamed for the assassination of the last Empress. They were massacred on hearsay. And now her ancestor wants to help them? Touching. Empress Sanaki knows that the Herons are not murderers. And now, she's trying to atone for the crimes of her people. No, I cannot believe that. Just noticed I accidentally spelled randomness, not randomness. Cannot be seen now. Oh, true, you're right, it's randomness. Oh, damn. You're right, I cannot unsee it either now. Pathetic apologies and half-baked platitudes are easily spoken. Humans burned Serenes Forest. They killed my family. I cannot trust one who allies himself with them. Please withhold judgment until you speak with the Apostle. She's waiting at the forest's edge. The Apostle is here? Yes, she is. We're not alone. So you are the Apostle? I am. And she kneels before him. I'm sorry. I am ignorant as to what orders of contrition will be appropriate to one of the Heron tribe. Yet, I stand before you as a representative of my people. From the depths of my heart, I apologize to you. I am sorry, so truly sorry. Empress Anarchy, what are you doing? You are the Apostle. You cannot bend your knee to another. Yes, she is. She feels bad for what Benyon did to them. So she, kneeling before them, is like Benyon itself is kneeling before them. Because, you know, she's truly sorry. Peace. Let her speak her heart. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lien? Jinsei Han Yumu? You? What is it you want? Are you telling me to stand? You? Jinsei Han Yumu? Lien! Jinsei Han Yumu! Lien, you cannot ask me to forgive them. You were asleep. You don't know what these humans did to us. I'm gonna speak the Aki Rosenthal language here. Jinsei Han Yumu? You... no? Jinsei Han Yumu? That's right. Everyone is gone. That's why I cannot release my hatreds. Jinsei Han Yumu. Jinsei Han Yumu. Jinsei Han Yumu. I understand. If that is how you feel. Apostle Sanaki, we accept your apology. We may not be able to release our hatred of Beork, but you need not to let the fate of the Serenes Forest trouble you any longer. You are absolved of that guilt. Thank you. That was well done. Yes. See, she's not an asshole. She truly is a good person. My Lord Ike, what will happen now? The Heron siblings said that there would be some sort of ceremony, but I don't know what that entails. You there, Beork mercenaries! Prince Rayson wants all of you to come to the Serenis altar. The presence of Princess Crimea and the Apostle is also requested. Altar? He's a sassy child, yes she is. Just come with me, this way. Empress Sanaki? Commander Sigrun, let us go. Very well. Let's hurry, Ike. Right. Cutscene time! One of the few cutscenes of the game. It's movie time. The forest of quiet whispers. It's Artunelico time.
Mist, isn't that Mother's song?
Not quite. But it is close.
The audio mixing is not very well done. Their voices are very difficult to hear.
Look, up there.
But basically, it sounds similar to the song that their mother sang to them, but the lyrics are different apparently. The Serenus Forest is being restored to its former glory. The dub is not good at all. Radiant Dawn especially gets his dub like memed a lot.
It's incredible!
The dub in modern Fire Emblem games is much better. They're actually good.
He's returned.
Like the dub starting from Echoes, and all games starting with Echoes, like Three Houses. The dub is good in those, but here not so much. Goddamn Radiant Dawn dub is so funny though. Can't wait to get to Radiant Dawn. Twink, brothers! Keep up with me if you can! Soren, always lost in your books. What did I tell you about watching your back? And form up! Surround them all! Don't let a single one of them escape! There's so many memeable moments in the dub in Radiant Dawn, man. I love it so much. That was excellent. It's so beautiful. The Serenus Forest, beloved of the goddess, is alive once more. It is also one of the most popular Fire Emblem forums, where you can basically get any information about Fire Emblem. You spoke so well earlier, Empress Sanaki. You fill my heart with pride. Here now, none of that. This is no place for tears. Oh, speaking about dub, there is actually a Fire Emblem OVA of the first Fire Emblem game ever, of Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. Dude, hey, that OVA, it's so bad. It's so bad that it's good. Like the dub is so bad that it actually makes it better, because how bad it is. You have especially one character called Gordon, and he's voiced by the same voice actor as Echo from League. Now, if you look at Echo's voice actor today, he's amazing. He does great roles, right? But back then, oh boy, he has one of the most memeable performances in the Fire Emblem dub, especially when he says his famous line, 5 points! I love that OVA. Maybe we should do a watch along of that OVA, because I've never actually watched it. I've only seen compilations of memeable moments of it. But it's great. I'm sorry, I'm just so happy. Ah, excellent. The gap between Laguz and Beork has been bridged. I think this may be enough. What's wrong, Soren? You look so grim. What are you looking at? It's nothing. Nothing at all. Wait, Soren? What in the world is wrong with him? Enough! We're done with daybreaks. Oh, but should I continue the next chapter? Because from now on, the game is gonna get a lot of fun. In my opinion. We're going to war now. You have done excellent work, Ike. Thanks to you, the wound that has scarred Benyon for many long years can finally begin to heal. As promised, Benyon now offers its support to Crimea's restoration. However, Prime Minister Sephiroth has yet to return, which limits the reinforcements I can provide. Be that as it may, what troops I can spare await your command. Use them as you see fit. I understand. Thank you. That's good news, isn't it, Princess Alencia? Yes. Yes, it is. This has taught me a valuable lesson. Our land needs the Laguz. I also believe that Beork and the Laguz need each other to survive. The previous apostle, my grandmother, was desirous of such a world, as were my own parents. Benyon is not racist anymore? No, not quite. Not quite. The wound has begun to heal, but they're still very much racist. In fact, that's the entire plot of the next game. So trust me, Benyon is not out of racism yet. Especially the senators, they're very much super racists.
Princess of Valencia, your father, King Ramon of Crimea, was a true pioneer in the area of Bayar-Kalaguz relations. In the very near future, I will give the Imperial Senate a few suggestions on achieving a fully integrated society. I thought the road would be easily traveled, but I can no longer turn a blind eye to these issues.
Like, think about it. It's kind of like the America, you know, having Obama in power, right? A black president, but they're still like racists in the country. And then you have like people that support Donald Trump, who would be like similar to the senators in Benyon or all that, right? Kind of like that. Disclaimer, I don't know anything about American politics, so don't take anything I say about it seriously. I don't know enough. It's already effort enough to keep up with Portuguese politics. So yeah. The most racist thing in our world is the Rings of Power TV series. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's not very good. That it does not do justice to Tolkien.
Princess Valencia, you must rebuild Crimea. You are successful. If you are successful, we will join forces and change the world. Empress Anaki, your vision surpasses even my own. My father would be so pleased to hear your words.
Looks like you're through with me. I'll wait outside until you're finished talking.
Hold! I am most definitely not through with you.
Huh? What did I do now?
You're as impudent and impatient as ever. Heed me, Ike. You are to help and lead the Crimean Liberation Army. You must be given a more appropriate title.
If you're talking about making me a noble, I'll decline. Thanks, that's not my kind of thing.
You are not in the position to refuse. Giving some nameless mercenary control of Benyon's troops would be problematic. And more importantly, it would affect the troops. You will resign yourself to this and receive peerage from Princess Valencia.
What?
No, wait, this is absurd. Blast of all the foolish.
You're becoming a noble, Ike. You hate nobles, you're a noble now.
I'm sorry about this. If you're absolutely opposed to it, I won't force you.
No, I have to do what's necessary. What am I supposed to do now? Put on a funny hat or something?
Will you lend me your sword? Thank you. Now, may I ask you to kneel before me? Thank you. Alright, let me begin. In the name of House Crimea, I hereby grant you the title and rank of Lords, and all the honors it conveys. Rise, Lord Ike.
And now he gets his promotion! Woo! It's the most shit show I've ever seen. If Tolkien might turn around the grave, he might become nuclear reactor because that shit. Yeah, I believe you. Apparently a lot of the things go against the lore. A shame. That's kind of why I don't want to watch it, because I already know it's not going to satisfy me, so I think I may as well not bother with it. Like, sure, the Peter Jackson movies were not faithful 100%. Sure, they had their differences, but overall, they were just so good, so great. Such great production and execution.
It is done.
Ike is fashion police now. He has a new headband now. See, it's actually pretty interesting because at this time, Ike was actually the only Fire Emblem main character that was not a noble. Every single Fire Emblem main character tends to be a noble. So this is actually interesting how you get a main character that's not a noble, but he becomes a noble. You have another one. Technically, you have 3 houses with Byleth, but I don't count Byleth because Byleth is supposed to be the avatar character. So I only count the 3 lords as the main character because they are the actual lords. You know, Edelgard, Claude, and Dimitri. Those are the actual main characters. They are the actual lords. Byleth doesn't count. It's kind of the same in Awakening, where in Awakening you have Robin and Chrom. Chrom is the main character, Robin isn't. I mean, technically you could see, but no, Chrom is the real main character. And then we have... and the difference between Fire Emblem Fates is that in Fates, literally the story resounds around Corin. But he's a noble anyway, so... Anyways. But he's still the only gay main character in the series? No, he's not, actually. There's another one. Edelgard is gay too. Edelgard is a lesbian as well. She's bi, technically. Yeah, she's bi. Because if you are a girl in the game, you can get married with Edelgard. So that's another one. Let's see, are there any others, actually? Other main characters. I think it's literally Ike. Well, when it comes to Ike, it's never been, like, confirmed. It's just, like, a very popular fan theory that he probably is. We don't know. We don't know, for sure. But it's very popular fan theory. But Edelgard is pretty much confirmed, yes. Because you can get married to her as a girl. What are you not feeling? Aha! Your new rank suits you. I completely agree. Yes, it truly does. I suppose. Not that it matters to me. Here we go! Maps again, I love maps. Western Benyon is home to a great forest. It's the Serenes Forest. At one time, these woods were home to the kingdom of Serenes and ruled by the Heron clan of the Bird Tribes. Having some bro friendship with Soren and Renolf eventually as well. Following the Serenes massacre, the forest lost its color and vitality. Some said it was the sorrow of the goddess made real. For 20 long years, the devout citizens of Benyon trembled in shame and loathing over the crime they had committed. The Benyon Empress, Apostle Sanaki, stepped forward as representative of her countrymen. Kneeling before the surviving Heron prince and princess, she gave voice to the apology of her people. She spoke not as one nation to another, but as neighbors on the same continent. The massacre was unforgivable. However, hatred breeds hatred, and if the cycle of grief and anger is not broken, it will continue for time without end. Preach, game, preach! Yes! It was with this in mind that the Herons accepted the Apostle's apology. Preach! Exactly. Exactly. My goodness. Forgive me if I sound preachy right now. Forgive me. But man, I know that it's up to for each person to decide if they want to forgive someone else or not. But man, I feel like forgiveness is very important if you really want hatred to stop. Sure, it's true. Everyone is entitled to forgive and not forgive. But man, actually forgiving someone is such a big step into stopping the cycle of hatred and actually making people not hate each other anymore. That is why I say that people should forgive more. I'm not gonna get into it more though, because I guess this could get controversial if I take actual situations right now. But man, forgiveness is so important, man. I really believe in the power of forgiveness. Obviously, I don't believe in blind forgiveness. There is a time and a place for it, you know. I believe that there are people that are too forgiving and they forgive things that they shouldn't forgive. But in some ways, I believe that if you see that the other person has learned their lesson, if they just committed an innocent mistake and that they're gonna do better, you know, and that there was no malicious intent behind what they did, man, just accept the apology. It's true. You are entitled to choose if you wanna accept the apology or not. But man, actually accepting that apology and forgiving that person does wonders to end hatred. It does wonders. It's a step forward in the right direction. You know, it's a great way to get a better future for people in the future. You know, don't think of just yourself. Think of those that are gonna come after you. You know, if you don't end that cycle of hatred, they're the ones who are gonna have to deal with that cycle of hatred, and it never ends. That's why I believe in forgiveness. That's why. There is a time and a place for it, and I believe that it, situations where someone apologizes truly because they committed a mistake and they realize it's a mistake and they learned and all that, and there was no maliciousness, I believe those are times where apology should be accepted, for sure. And not apologizing, in my opinion, is to a certain extent... I'm not gonna call it selfish. It's not fair to call it selfish. But it would be looking at the bigger picture if someone were to actually accept the apology and normalize such things, Anyways, enough preaching. I think I'm being too preachy right now. Yeah, I'm being too preachy. I'm gonna stop. Sometimes I just can't help it. It was with this in mind that the Herons accepted the Apostles' apology. And so it was that Serena's forest was returned to its former glory. Because, yeah, hatred breeds hatred. Now, that is very much true. And that is something that I really believe. I really believe that hatred is only gonna generate more hatred. Afterward, as payment for Ike's service, Princess Elincia gained the services of a regiment of Benyon army regulars. You know what? No, let me preach just a little bit more. To drive my point that hatred breeds more hatred, I will give the Second World War as an example. Because that's exactly what happened in the Second World War, hatred. It was because, at the end of World War I, with Treaty of Versailles, which was a treaty that was made to destroy Germany, Germany was in a very hard position. This made the people desperate and made people hateful. And because of that, when a certain Austrian painter comes along saying that he can fix everything and starts blaming someone else, he exploits people's hatred, right? That hatred would probably never have existed if in the Treaty of Versailles other countries were not trying to destroy the country, right? That's why I believe that even in the case of a war that ends, and even if one country might have lost or something like that, you should not make treaties that destroy that country, because what might happen is that country might, become hateful and resentful towards the people that destroyed it, and they will raise again, just like Germany, just like happened in Germany in World War II. It was hatred that originated from hatred, literally. Exactly it. So it is my hope that in current global conflicts, when they reach their conclusion, that people do not hold them everyone in that people in contempt, and they don't try to destroy the country, because it's just gonna generate another war, and I don't think anyone wants another war. As far as I'm aware, I think most people would prefer if there were no wars. I mean, I like it for there not to be any wars, but we need to take some action for that to happen, and sometimes that is, don't try to destroy people that you don't dislike, because, they're just gonna be vengeful and resentful and all that. Vengeance is a terrible thing. Anyways, enough. Okay, that was all. That was it. Enough. If only people like this art. I mean, yeah. True. But yeah, so that's why. Don't hate full peoples and all that. Just accept apologies and all that. Again, but obviously, learn to differentiate when an apology is legit or not. But I don't think it takes that much to know when an apology is legit or not. It just takes a little bit of common sense to know. Though, to be fair, some people are lacking in common sense, especially if you browse Twitter too much. You tend to see a lot of that. I don't browse Twitter too much, but I've seen already my fair share of things in it. And yep, I guess the bad reputation Twitter has, it's true. Though there's also good things there. It's not like it's all bad. I think it's unfair to paint it as a 100% bad thing, Because, generalizing the entirety of Twitter is no better than, people that generalize when people as evil. Because, again, people are complicated, and there's all kinds of people in the world. And that even applies to a platform like Twitter. We're all different, but yet the same. Anyways, afterward, as payment for Ike's service, Princess Elincia gained the services of a regiment of Banyan Army regulars. I came in Twitter only for my favorite NSFW artists. I've heard that the NSFW communities tend to be more wholesome. It's like because they have nothing left to hide, so they just act genuine or something like that. I don't know, it's something I've heard. Though of common birth, Ike receives peerage from the princess and is given command of the army. As the first snow of the season falls, the newly commissioned General Ike takes control of the Crimean Liberation Army. There we go, snow is also following here in Tullius. Permanent Kenja time! Damn. He leads it towards the knife-edged mountains that mark the border between Banyan and Dane. There we go, we're finally going into Dane. The invasion of Dane begins! Chapter 18, Crimea Marches. Oh, we haven't seen these ones in a while. So they've left Banyan, have they? According to our spy, they march with a regiment of Banyan's army. They plan to take a land route through Dane and then into Crimea. Ah yes, they're gonna cross the bridge into Crimea. But have I heard that before? Ha! They plan to cut across Dane? With nothing more than a single regiment at whose core is a tattered band of ragtag mercenaries? Gawain's son leads this rabble, yes? How does he stand up to his father's legacy? He doesn't. He's just a boy, not yet worthy of his father's name. Disappointing. Though his skill with the blade is rough, there is something uncanny about him. People seem drawn to him. Not just Banyan's apostle either. He's also gained the trust of the Serena survivors, and the king of Phoenicis as well. The Herons are alive? It appears that 2 members of the royal family have survived. Look how nicely the table's been set for us. Bring one of them to me. I care not which one. And I want the medallion as well. As you wish. Once we cross that green wall, we'll be in Dane. Look there, atop that building. Dane Wyvern Riders on patrol. They won't be happy to see us. Tell me, General Ike, have you faced Wyvern Riders in combat? Only a few times. I got the impression that the Kilva's Ravens were a more dangerous foe. If that's your impression, then you have yet to fight true Wyvern Riders. What do you mean? I have no way of judging the ones we see here, but I know another unit, one that was attached to Banyan's Temple Guard. They had their reasons for leaving, but the important thing to remember is that they are exceedingly powerful. Which explains why the Apostle sent you to accompany us? That's right. Pegasus Knights fare better than most against Wyvern Riders. We know the skies as well as they do. Not true. Wyvern Riders shred Pegasus Knights. Wyvern Riders is the best class in the game after all, in all games. They shred everything. Yeah, I prefer to keep my feet on the ground, thank you. Can I entrust the flying business to you? Of course. We'll bring the honor to the name of the Apostle Sacred Guards. There we go. Nobody died there. That's actually... Jill is the MVP. No surprise there. That is all. Okay. So, here's the deal. I am gonna do the support conversations and the info, but I'm gonna end the stream today here. And to compensate for the shorter stream, then like tomorrow I might stream again. Maybe it'll be Fire Emblem again. I was thinking of streaming Sonic Generations this Saturday. So I'll stream Fire Emblem again tomorrow, and then Saturday I'll stream Sonic Generations. But before I end the stream, I'm just gonna read the conversations here first. Just so that then I can work on the battle preparations off stream. General Ike, all troops are ready to move out. Alright, can you have them wait? You want them to fall out and wait in their tents? Or would you rather they form up and stand at attention? Go ahead and have them stand down. I'll call them when I'm ready. Yes, sir. Begging your pardon, sir. All troops have been ordered to stand down. However, General Tennant requests her orders. Are our Pegasus Knights to stand down as well? I am supposed to decide that too? General Ike, you've been given command of the entire army, sir. We will not move without your orders, sir. General Tennant's troops are to follow General Tennant's orders. Understood, sir. General Tennant's Pegasus Knights will not be deployed unless there is a request for reinforcements. Which, by the way, that's actually a game mechanic, because Tennant is the only character that can summon like NPCs to help. It's like a unique mechanic for her, just for this game and just for her. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Those are the orders of General Tennant. By your leave, sir. Tennant, do you have a moment? General Ike, what is it? Is there a problem? I thought you might be able to provide me with some information. Yes? What can you tell me about King Dane? I'd like to know something of him before I will have to face him in battle. Truth be told, I've never fought him either. I cannot give you any specifics, but I will tell you what little I do know. Please, whatever you can tell me would be appreciated. Ashnard's coronation, let me see. It was 18 years ago. You see, a plague had struck the capital, spreading out to affect the surrounding region of Navasa and beyond. Ashnard was crowned the year after that great tragedy finally subsided. In the entire history of Telias, no calamity has claimed the lives of so many Beork and Lagus, not since of the Great Flood. 2 years before, it struck Benyon, and the entire population of Serenes was nearly obliterated. The year after that, close to 1,000 Beork, nobles and peasants alike perished in Dane. Nobles, you say? So the royal family fell victim to this plague as well? Yes, the reigning king and the queen, and some 20 or so princes and princesses fell ill, and everyone who fell ill perished. For a time, the people despaired of losing the entire royal bloodline to Dane. It seemed that none would survive. And yet Ashnard survived. He did. It is quite interesting in a sense. You see, his name was never mentioned in any talk of succession before that time. He was a sort of a distant bloodline that was unlikely to be king. In another place, though, his name was already well known. Where was that? On the battlefield. As you see, Dane is home to many brave warriors. At the time, the then Prince Ashnard was said to have been a match for an entire troop of Pegasus Knights. Benyon and Dane both keep close watch over their borders, and their patrols fought in many skirmishes. Although there was no war to speak of, these land disputes did end up with Dane claiming the small portion of Benyon's soil. It would be no exaggeration to say this was solely due to the strength of one man, Ashnard. Forgive me, I've spoken longer than I intended. It's about time we get back to the business of marching preparations. No, thank you for telling me so much. If we have another chance, please share more of your stories. Understood. So Ashnard is also a Dynasty Warriors character. Ike, which troop should we fall in with? We have received no orders yet. Tormod, Murim, I know I've asked you many times, but are you sure you want to be here? You keep asking that. Maybe you don't want us here. Is that it? I don't know what you think. No, it's not that at all. To be honest, the battle ahead is going to be hard. It looks bleak. I'd rather that those without direct ties to Crimea not get involved. A bleak battle? What about those trying to free all the slaves in Benyon? Now those were bleak battles. Bleak battles are our specialty, right, Murim? Yes, you are. Yet, thanks to Ike's time in Benyon, things have changed completely. That's right. The Apostle has promised to press an investigation until there's not a single Lagus slave left in the entire nation. So there's no reason for you two to continue fighting, is there? You don't owe me anything.
We're going to fight with you, Ike. We want to help. It is our right to join you in this, just as it is your right to refuse. To be perfectly frank, I would be willing to beg to get you to join us. Both of you, alright? Alright. Haha, you can count on us. Alright, let's see any supports, interesting supports. We have one with Jill, but I don't want to do the Jill one yet. I'll do the Titania one instead. Come over here for a second, Mist. What is it, Titania? Here, it's a little present from me. Hey, this is that dress I saw in town the other day. Ooh, I love this dress. I thought so. Aren't you glad we made that trip together? Oh, thank you, Titania. It's nothing, Mist. Consider it a thank you for all you've done. To tell you the truth, I've been a little worried about you. You've been doing so many chores and you've been helping us all on the battlefield. It's a lot to ask of you. That is why I'm trying to make sure you stop and take care of yourself. Treat yourself to something nice once in a while. Titania, listen, Mist. I know you and Ike are close. But if there's ever anything you can't talk to him about, I want you to know you can come to me. Yeah, Titania is a bit of... I wouldn't call mother, I would call her a big sister type. Though she might have wanted to be a mummy if you get what I'm saying. Though I can see the mommy vibes that Titania has, for sure. Though I see her more as a big sister, like that elder sister that has like a huge age gap from you. Kinda like that. I may not be Elena, but I do care about you just the same. I will. Thank you. That's very nice of you, Titania. Then again, to be fair, I also see like Fauna from Hololive more as a big sister rather than the mommy, to be fair. And I know that that's an unpopular opinion. Most people see her as a mommy for sure. Hehehe. Oh, this dress is too good for me. There we go, that's the A support. So they cannot support anymore. Aha, Marsha and Kieran. Wait. Oh yeah, there we go. Marsha! Oh, hiya, Kieran. How's your horse? Oh, he's much better, and it's all thanks to you. When it took heel, I didn't know what to do, but your first aid saved the day. Poor guy was exhausted from constant marching. We've been fighting every day, everywhere. I don't blame him for collapsing. Let him rest until he gets used to this new land. I'm sure he'll get better. I had no such knowledge, for I had never fought beyond the borders of sweet Crimea. I thank you with all my heart. Please, it's no big deal. I've seen so much worse. Nevertheless, I, Crimean Royal Knight, 5th Platoon Captain Kieran, shall return the favor no matter... Hey, big fella, I told you, thanks aren't necessary. I'm sure that we'll run into something that you can help me with. At least I guess that might happen. So you can just help me out when that situation arrives, if it arrives. Say no more! I will do so with my life! Please, keep your life. Oh, that reminds me. Didn't you want to ask me something the other day? Oh, that. Well, with my horse's illness and all, I've forgotten what it was. But by my axe, I swear that I will... Keep your axe too. Good gravy, I can deal with this guy. Let's see... Alright, that is all for now. So this will be a nice place to call it. Goddamn, it's that chapter that I did, Daybreak. It's so exhausting. So honestly, I'm glad that instead of forcing it in the last stream, I ended up doing it all right here. Because that chapter is not a very good chapter, in my opinion. But at least from now on, the chapters in the game are gonna be amazing again. It's gonna be great. I really like the game starting from here. I mean, I already do before. It's just that chapter 17 is just annoying. But yeah, it's done. It's done it. Tomorrow there's more. I'll stream more Fire Emblem tomorrow. So, until then, thank you all for coming. Sweet dreams. And see you guys next time. Bye bye. See ya.